Walk me through from the beginning.
I've never heard anyone give the play-by-play of like the stage movements. I honestly applaud you for that. That's a big talent of yours.
You find things and you see things, and what do you see? What do you not see?
People be moving off.
What do you not
perhaps?
see? No clickety. What do you not see? No clickety clacking. No flashing. We're about to begin, ladies and gentlemen, which means that veto graphic might come up.
It might come up.
And we might also see the agent selections. So can we go there next? You mentioned Gecko might be seen. We've got some weird comps from PRX.
It'll be seen. I'd be surprised if we got Sunset, though. I think both of these teams, it's a low-risk kind of veto. We're very early on in the tournament. It's the first time they're playing each other for quite a while, even though there's a little bit of a rivalry and a matchup there. That's mostly gone the way of PRX, but it's always very competitive. I'd expect a bit of a handshake veto. I'd expect 3 maps if we get the graphic, or if we don't. Maybe I should just say what it is now. All right, so PRX.
Hello. What's up?
And then we're gonna go Fracture, Lotus, and then Breeze to the side. So you said you wanted to see
sound
I think there's no surprise there, right? You have the Fracture coming out straight away. That was one of their best maps coming when we looked at them in London as well. Absolutely dominate Lev on that one. Split being taken out is probably no surprise. I think NRG have not been the biggest fans of that one. It's been one of their
कैसे हो ये मैच थोड़ा ना ज़्यादा लेट स्टार्ट हो गया पता है
We've got the bans in. So the first one was Haven, removing the 3-lane fun zone. We've got bans on Split, and now you got the picks. So Fracture was one you wanted to see, Avril. You mentioned why. Who's your player to watch, or what gets you excited about this?
I just think this was, a dominant map from PRX, and I think they pick it straight out of confidence. They want to get off to a rolling start, get that 1-0 locked in, put the fair into NRG.
First look at Lotus for us here on Stream B. How do we feel about this map pick for NRG?
I feel good about it. I think at the same time, though, PRX are very famous for their Lotus. It's a map that they play quite a lot for the last little bit. I think the same can be said for NRG on Fracture as well. I don't think that they're necessarily poor on this map by any stretch of the imagination, and most of the games that they lose are very, very close games. So I think with that and Breeze being the decider, I don't think, as I said before, either one of these teams has necessarily got a massive advantage in the veto. PRX has been up and down on Breeze. They've been inconsistent on the map, but if they decide to turn it on here, then they should have a pretty good day at the office.
Yeah, I think Breeze is a nice finisher here. I mean, obviously,
Fracture, Lotus, and Breeze. Oh, nice map.
It got pushed a little bit from Lev, but as it started, I think overall, I mean, you kind of call it. This is a veto that does look like a pretty standard one for the teams. Everyone's should be pretty happy with it.
I think so. I think both of these teams are going to be relatively happy with the veto. I think it's just going to be a low-risk veto in a best-of-3 where you kind of want to play it out as cleanly as possible. Like, I think this could be a very, very close series. I think these two teams know each other stylistically very, very well at this point. So I think it's good to just have kind of a clean, fair 3 maps to see who's going to be the deserving victor in this best-of-3 and move on to this qualification game.
Would you be willing to put on a wager for your region that PRX will win this?
Yes, I will. And I'll tell you as well, Puckett, I'll be very sad if I have to come in here tomorrow and Americas have beaten Pacific 2 series in a row and I've had to live through that. That will be very sad.
Because I don't know if you knew this, but this is a pretty good year for USA.
You guys say that every year.
Doing all right in the US, in the World Cup. We're looking alive in a lot of other sports, potentially coming August, like American football.
The only team alive from Asia Pacific in the World Cup?
No.
Australia. Yep.
Let's go.
Okay.
All champions or potential champions still here at the desk. How about our friends on the stage? Not ready. Let's keep chatting about football. So this has been... We're going to go to the ads, guys. We're going to take a short break, figure out what is going down with our fifth man's PC. Once that is up and running, I promise you, we're kicking off this match. I can't wait for its PRX taking on your favorite friends, NRG. We'll be right back.
Play
is in our DNA. Whenever we let it out, it becomes our superpower. Now imagine an entire city being built to supercharge it. Kadir City, powered by play.
क्या आप लोगों को मेरी साउंड आ रही है? आई थिंक सो आ रही है.
Play is in our DNA. Whenever we let it out, it becomes our superpower. Now imagine an entire city being built to supercharge it. Kadir City, powered by play.
Hello guys.
It's the biggest event in esports. Welcome back to the Esports World Cup 2026. We're here in week 0. The event hasn't even kicked off, but we're in the group stages already, and we're on to our second match. We've got a team that has been in multiple grand finals this season, looking for another run. It's PRX. On the other side, one of America's favorites, NRG, the top team to come out of the America's qualifier, has already taken the stage. We have two fantastic casters for this one. We got Pilsky alongside Avril. Avril, they just brought us some fans out. We are nice and comfortable. We're ready to rock. It looks like all the players are at their desk with the coaches ready to go. How are you feeling coming into this?
Yeah, fantastic. And do note, fans, we're talking about the actual fans blowing air. We'll get the real fans in, the crowd coming in for the playoffs next week.
Once we're done building and you don't have to wear a hard hat.
Exactly. I'm sure the fans, if they were in the venue for this game, though, they'd be going absolutely insane, particularly,
To be honest, like, this is the game where there would be crazy fans for APAC and things like that. But given that we're in Paris, honestly, the game on the A stream is where the fans would be at right now. Carmine Corps taking on Vitality right now is a bit of a crazy French derby going on.
Do you know if we have any updates over there on the match yet?
It looked like it was close the last time I checked. I can
they're still getting all hands are on mice, so I think they're still in game late rounds.
Let's have a look.
Spike went
Looks
down.
like it's close. It's very close in the first map. No one's won it yet.
We got a lot going on here. On our main stage, I just checked out here. NRG, all smiles. Hands are up. Everyone's staying off the keyboards. Keeping it grease free.
Hello Adi, welcome to the stream. How's you? क्या हाल चाल?
Why is everyone in preacher mode?
I feel like
क्या चल रहा है? मेरा साउंड आ रहा है ना वैसे?
A lot of these teams, they've kind of gotten to the point where they have like performance coaches, or they have like experts who teach the players breathing exercises, who help the players kind of get into the right mindset. You know, different players kind of have different mindsets getting into some of these games. Some people are too excited; they need to calm down a little bit. Some people.
Hello.
I'm looking for the players that are like, lying back, getting
EWC consumer
in there, like Vora from last game.
We see you.
वो caster थोड़ी, caster के streamer, वो caster तो वो लोग हैं.
They're trying to be sneaky.
ये मैंने खाना कहाँ ना गया? ये मैं कहाँ ना गया मतलब?
5 foot, so he was able to make a pass safely.
We didn't see big time.
We did not see him. It's a bit of an
There's
ironic
two people
name
there. Wild. Let's take a look here at your agents as we are locking in. Will I actually see a raise in this time of day?
Yes, sir. Absolutely you will. I mean, PRX, Jing, this is the man you want to be watching on this map in particular. But as we mentioned before, PRX very well rounded on Fracture. For NRG, having a little bit of a look at a Phoenix comp. They've gone a completely different direction with the Phoenix Waylay. It is still, similar flavors from both of these teams running the double duelist, but not in agreement about how they want to be doing it.
Yeah, I think both teams are just going to be sticking to their guns here. Obviously, no one's going to be deviating too far from what they've already kind of shown so far. Fade versus Sky into the mix there as well. One of the few maps
caster भी बन जाएंगे एक दिन.
His usual jet
check
position.
the footage.
The rest of the BO3, he'll be comfortably moving back on towards the jet. But yeah, you called this one, man. Jing on the Rays, probably one of the few players that you have to be really careful about.
Yeah, for sure. Totally agree. I think for NRG, it's going to be interesting to see how they navigate this one. Fracture is not a map that they've had heavily repped in the last 3 months. You know, they've only had a couple of officials on it. A few of those over in Americas. One in the Swiss stage of Santiago, which is a very, very tight game versus Foot. Whereas PRX, this is a tried and true map for them. They have been picking it a lot, and
एक दिन स्टाइलो भाई भी वहाँ एक सीट पे बैठे हुए मिलेंगे. ले भाई.
We won't talk about the rest of the
क्या है उन पे? NV पे बड़ी Breach something. Bream. Okay. KJ.
All right. Well, we have PRX on the defensive
Oh,
side.
it's good.
NRG
Good
on
com
the
though. उन पे
attacking side,
Cypher,
looking over towards the
Bream,
top so far
Ethan Fed.
on Arcade. First
Okay,
up,
nice.
Jing, beautiful shot onto Kiko and a follow from Divide as well. It's gone pretty damn well for PRX, you would say. Minus the fact that Jing does trade his own life. 4 versus 2 in the opening pistol.
Yeah, Brock and Scuba trying to contact their way upstairs. Out comes the guiding light for Forsaken and pushes them away nicely. You had the Sky Smoke invested there for something. Just no opportunities given for NRG to be able to get back into that round.
Should be a pretty tough one here, Scuba. Let's see if he gets something for his money to end this round with, but we're looking over to a PRX first round victory. Low HP here for Scuba as well.
Yep. Tapping away with the Bandit. See if he can farm himself up at Neural Theft, but Imbi will put him down. A nice setup there on
ETG
Arcade
वाली
from
गेम देखी? नहीं, मैंने नहीं देखा, मैंने नहीं देखा. By the way, welcome to the stream, Mahi. How was yours? How was yours? इन लोगों को से ये पूरा दिन गेम खेलते हैं, कोई कुछ नहीं बोलता. तुम्हें अगर स्पोर्ट्स प्लेयर बनना है तो तुम कर सकते हो ऐसा. लेवल सबके निकलेंगे. अच्छा, वो मैंने डाला नहीं है वैसे. ठीक है. मेरे को टाइम नहीं मिला था फिजिकली.
Like to make sure they hit the top 4 minimum this time, if not taking it all the way.
Soniko here for NRG. Looking to work towards Dish. PRX on the other side of things have taken a main control. Trailblazer all the way through the south side of the map. They know exactly what's happening on bottom side, and Timmy the Turret has got Dish on lock.
Taking it slow, but waiting to explode here for NRG. Being stalled out by some of the utility coming through from Divide. Grenade from Jing as well. Oh, big damage. Actually,
भाई उसको लगा देखा. 1 HP वो बंदा मर गया. ITI बड़ी स्टेज पर. अच्छा, इतनी बड़ी स्टेज पर ऐसे कौन हारता? अच्छा, वो वाला ब्रीज वाला मैप की बात कर रहे हो? 13-1 या 2 तो था शायद, if I'm not wrong. मैं जा रहा हूँ कोलकाता से. कब जा रहे तुम?
Much in that one. Just a handful of
13-3 हाँ देखा मैंने. 11-1 था ना पहले आप में. वैसे एक बात बोलूं, पूरा मत मानना. पोस्ट स्ट्रीमिंग करके आपको कुछ फायदा मिलता है. एनी फेवर फ्रॉम रायोट और समथिंग. मुझे रिवॉर्ड्स मिल सकते हैं एज माय लाइक परफॉर्मेंस. अगर अच्छा जाए तो EWC की ओर से मेरे को कुछ रिवॉर्ड्स मिल सकते हैं. ऑल्दो ग्रोथ थोड़ा होता है, ठीक है. जो Esports वाले ऑडियंस होते हैं उनको अगर देखना होता है तो वो आते हैं. तो यार दैट इज इट. एंड जो लाइक जो और ये ऐसा मतलब जो कर रहे हैं Esports वाले, जो जिन लोगों ने करा है वो थोड़ा हेल्प करते हैं एज अ कोच स्ट्रीमर्स को टू ग्रो देयर चैनल एंड ऑल, यू नो. एंटी रे एंटी रे गुडीज मिलेंगे मे बी.
In terms of damage being done,
मेरा 2-3 से पेट खराब है. क्यों भाई? उल्टा सीधा खा लिया क्या?
Yeah, it's never ideal to be in this position, having a loss versus the bonus. PRX, you can see already looking pretty locked in. Smiles on the faces is exactly how you want the opening of this game to go on your map pick. Getting close to a lockdown as we
चलो आज तुम लोगों से बात करेंगे, गेम देखेंगे. बताओ. हेलो शो, वेलकम टू द स्ट्रीम. हाउ इज देख ले. एक कोई देखा ना, एक कोई देखा. ओह माय गॉड, समथिंग. ब्रो ऐसा कवर मेरे को भी चाहिए गेम पे. एंटी रे क्या मारा है उसने. मैच तो ऐसे ही हम लोग देखते हैं. अब पोस्ट स्ट्रीम पर साथ में थोड़ा एंजॉय कर सकते हैं. यप Kolkata spicy food.
Despite a dink in from Ethan, that is a flawless anti-eco for PRX. They are really running away with this game with a bit of a landslide to kick things off.
2-0, right?
Can only imagine NRG will only wait so long before they actually
PRX 2-0, right? NRG I don't think so कुछ कर पाएंगे. Maybe, I don't know. रुको मेरे को पोल डालने दो. 28 से पेट दर्द कर रहा था, अभी ज्यादा कर रहा है. क्या हो गया? NRG जीतेगी. Are you NRG fan? ऐसे नहीं है, बस थोड़ा सा तबीयत का जीजी है. डॉक्टर दिखाओगे. रुको, लेट मी इन लाइक पोल डालने दो गाइस. Oh.
Satchel up on in, and now you got the showstopper as a result. Does clean up Mata despite the
लेके गया वो.
at least able to take Jing with him, but it's a good start for PRX nonetheless, and now they're trying to read the position of the rest of the attackers with these Seekers.
Toku लेके गया भाई जाते वक्त. रुको मेरे को पोल डालने दो. एक सेकंड.
Scuba kind of gets away though. He wasn't one of the players that actually got revealed by the Seekers. Still 3 players alive for NRG, so work to be done here. They can get on site pretty comfortably for now, as most of these PRX players have fallen off somewhat, minus something which is in play, and he's got a double. What? Unbelievable spray transfer. He'll die for it towards the end, but the rest of the players, no issues there for PRX. 5-0 and something unreal with his ability to get that 2K.
It's disgusting off the back of the breach flash, diving in through the smoke despite being at a man advantage. NRG not quite able to get comfortable.
अच्छा मेरे को पीसी से देना होगा मोबाइल से दे नहीं सकता मैं
a bit of a battery to kick off this game of Fracture from PRX, a map that they're very familiar with, and it seems like they're going to run away
दो को लेके गया इधर मेरे को समथिंग का देखना है प्लीज भाई स्प्रे ट्रांसफर देगा तुम लोगों ने छोड़ो ये सब अभी नहीं अभी फोकस करते हैं अच्छा नाइस आज दवाई लिया हो नाइस मैं तो जानती तक नहीं अभी रिसर्च करके आ रही हूँ देखो यार मेरे को एनर्जी अच्छे लगते हैं बट ऑफ कोर्स PRX है तो या दैट्स व्हाई समझ रहेगा
See what the adaptations start to come through from.
मेरे को इधर से देना होगा अगर देना है तो
towards that arcade side of the map and mostly hitting one side.
चैट कहाँ से खोलते हैं
I feel like PRX have often been
मेरा वो कहाँ है
map and play a little bit more retake towards A.
We saw that one round where they had an eco 5-man up dish, completely slowed down by all the utility coming through, particularly from Divine, Nano Swarms, everything else. There we go.
क्या लिखूं मैं?
A lot required here from NRG, still waiting for that run it back, which needs to be an important ultimate here, but Nightfall also earned by Ethan.
PRX, never mind. PRX
but that's only really there to condition NRG
zero
and take some map control.
Yeah, first time we're really seeing anything through halls.
Okay.
Let's see what we can sort of find here as PRX wanting to make sure they retain control of Rogue's information found, and okay, decent kills. Mana and Kiko finding their mark here. This is 5 versus 3. The first big opportunity for NRG.
मैं first time Valorant की live stream देख रहा. मेरा लाइव स्ट्रीम देख रहे हो तो वही तो अलग बात है. White Heart, what do you think who's gonna win? Of course it's tough, but I'm go for PRX. Go for PRX. छोड़ो ना पोल देखो. पोल देखो. कौन जीत रहा है?
Relay back it towards
PRX one side.
Nightfall coming on in, taking no risks.
4 votes में PRX one side.
Flash as well. He's got no chance, but a better flash potential against NRG. And Envy now will be up to at least trade his own life. 1 versus 4 now. Divide with a lot of work to do. No ultimate, and all of a sudden still left over towards B. He's not going to get a single shot in there. Scuba will find his
guys, जो भी आ रहा है like the stream को like and subscribe. By the White Hat, welcome to the stream. How is yours?
Pivoting back to where they took that A main control earlier on in this round. So a successful timeout. And that will help them steady their economy going forward, because they're going to have to make their way through a lot of gun rounds against PRX, who have had a bit of a blinding start here to Fracture.
The smokes there also cutting off a
something by
PRX, making sure that
एक दिन ऐसा करे क्या प्रो प्लेयर्स के सेटिंग्स लगा के खेलेंगे एक दिन कैसा लगेगा बताओ मेरी इज्जत की दुनिया धोने वाली है एनर्जी हार गई तो अरे चिल करो गेम ही तो है
Taken on over here, trying to disrupt this one as the runner back comes in. Going to throw out his guiding light.
Bye.
All over it as see the dash in from Mata. In comes the orbital from NRG just to try to zone them away. But in the meantime, you've seen Envy be able to at least pick up one and deal with the runner back as something is pressuring the bottom side of the map.
Okay, what can Scuba do here though? 2 players
Scuba के पास info होगा.
With PRX, really offside, should be a free plant. Scuba,
never mind.
Kate should keep him alive for the time being for a little while. No support here for Scuba, so he just needs to be able to hold this on his own.
Yeah.
Instant one tap from something though. That does not feel particularly good for an NRG, who are now getting ulti dumped on the side. Out comes both the breach hole and the Brimlock. Kiko's been able to find one, but that's a nice flash to set up something. Talk inside a tower. very low here. The lion's share of the work
हार
has
गई
to
तो
be done by
PRX की
Kiko as
जाएगी।
the Grim Molly tries to delay the plan for a little longer.
मैं दूसरी जगह बेट लगा।
2 versus 2 now. Brendan have a divide. Maybe not the best in terms of weaponry for this. First tap on the spike. All fades. Device looking for targets.
Nah.
Something on the Brock. It's just Kiko left alive, and he just can't
nice
quite hit and something. Doesn't even matter that he's
अच्छा मारा। स्पैम में लेके गया था, but वो reload आ गया ना उसका। If I'm not wrong. Reload आ गया था।
He'll finish up the last 2 players of NRG, and despite
इथेन वो जो मिड में है ना, मिड थर्ड नंबर पे वो है एनर्जी का IGL and PRX में something है IGL.
Using the run it back just to be able to set up NRG for success, but PRX mid-rounding their way out of a bad situation. The ulti combo on that site really helped them kind of narrow down where NRG were playing the post plan
First
from.
round,
And then something 9-2, just a phenomenal multi-frag from him.
By something को देखो,
look at the orbital strike, completely isolating Ethan. You had the nade coming through, paint shells from Jing, followed by a flash as well.
एक तो जाएगा।
Now something. Just going to fire a couple of shots into hole.
Divine.
The rest of the players
एक पे लेके
almost
गया।
had a collateral there. No theft now from
एक को लेके गया।
the rest of the members are coming in nice and quick for PRX.
Scuba inside of the cage. NRG fighting hard in towards Sandside, and they punish the flood so nicely. Read it with the neural theft, and they knew that PRX really wanted to try to
something का पोज़ पता नहीं इनको।
that fight before the spike even went down. It's all down to something, and he wasn't ready for Scuba to have slipped through already onto the A site. A second round for NRG.
Seems like the 2 rounds NRG have gone so far have come through from the fact that they can find some punish early.
कल हम करेंगे global esports का Watchparty, ठीक है?
A side of the map. Find those early picks.
देखता हूँ guys, 5 बंदे देख रहे हैं। कौन-कौन हो स्ट्रीम पे? चैट करो जरा, चैट अटैक क्या मेरा? हेलो, लाइक करो स्ट्रीम को।
It seemed to work out for them. B, on the other hand, has been a bit more of a worrisome part of the map. They've recovered 2 here. They can at least get 4 to 5. You'll say it's an okay half for them, but otherwise PRX looking for that 7 to finish up our first half to make sure they're in the lead.
Be a big round for NRG.
भाई लाइनअप देखो।
Starting to get a little bit dry for PRX after their landslide of victories to open up this
Guardian है, Vendor op है Marda के पास।
Hasn't really had a chance to get involved in this game. He's often just been dashing in and refracting in on the entry. Ethan's taking dish here. A lot of moves being made on the map by an NRG, who is just waiting for a reaction from PRX. Forsaken looking for information with the Trailblazer.
We'll see just the one. Kiko, not really too much information there so far. A lot more movements starting to flow over from both of the teams, you'd say. Well, Forsaken wanted to make that play happen. Not going to be the case now. As time starts to run out, that smoke comes out just as Mad at the line of the op.
Jing v Scuba on the bottom of the map does not go well for the Rays. Unfortunately, Scuba really keeping that main push in check, and I dare say that this is going to prompt a little bit more aggression for a PRX who just don't really have any info on what's happening on the map. They've got the A info line, but that's about it.
I mean, that's his huge kill because now PRX have to commit a little bit more over to the A side, something waiting.
They are going to be
dwindle. Looks like NRG will be finishing
never mind A,
just something
but
to slow this one down.
by A पे
PRX. One can stack over towards B. There's a first one.
Okay, never mind.
To slow it down. Wall spot him, and they already knew he was going to be there. Conversion pass, you shouldn't expect too much from something here. A little bit more aggression though from NRG because they got to get the spike. Time is running out here, and Forsaken's causing problems. The Vi's still there as well. Stops the front for coming up.
NT अच्छा था दिला दो।
Really needed to win that last duel. Lockdown invested there from Divide just to be able to keep things interesting, and if he was able to win enough of those
मेरे पास अगर होता
really created some magic for PRX, but as it stands, unfortunately, NRG capitalizing on that nice opening advantage that they had, grouping up together, and even with the clock running down, they've thrown
भले ही मैं फिस कम नहीं करता।
They understand just how bad PRX's economy was, and winning that round is phenomenal for them to start to make a bit more of a resurgence into this first half.
Barely any time left, and they have to get that last kill. Divide falls.
Come back.
Just in the nick of time here, so still trying to rescue the scoreline a little bit is going to be NRG. Save round
है ये।
Time we're going to see PRX really in the eco.
नहीं save round नहीं बोल सकते, शेरिफ है।
We've seen the money run dry.
यूटिल भी लिए इन लोगों ने। नहीं यूटिल नहीं लिया।
Aggressive over towards the bottom side.
किसी के पास यूटिल नहीं है।
Players stacked up so far, and NRG walking to target.
बाकी सबके पास यूटिल है। And Bandit and Sheriff.
Too much help. Mollied out of position. Not much for him to do. Over on the bottom side of the map, though, that's a nice opener from
मार है
Ship's now down. Rifle looking to be picked up. Guiding Light will enable that, and Paint Shells even to push Ethan away.
knows
NRG set up on the side.
पीछे से 2-3 बंदे तो आ रहे हैं, मतलब 2 का तो पता है at least, right? something का वो देखो, something देखो घूम रहा है, वो brim देखो, brim वो देखो आ रहा है, किधर से आ रहा है देखो,
might even be playing for exits here if they're going to play this one slowly.
Soaking up on the line, tapping away. He knows kind of where Kiko is, but not quite able to deal with him. The C's is going to slow him down.
Yeah, it looks
not
like
really making too many moves elsewhere. Aggressive play punished.
For second,
very
bhai.
much keeping NRG pinned into this side. In goes the showstopper. Molly on the spike
For
from the
second.
attackers, just trying to buy time.
ऊपर ही मारेगा वो, Jing ऊपर ही मारेगा वो.
Showstopper invested. Invi is on the defuse. Something up inside of the smoke. Wrap around there from Ethan. Closes it out with 2 outlaw shots. Spike goes off. How many NRG players will survive at the end of that round? I couldn't tell you. But that definitely would have gotten expensive for them.
Showstopper kind of gave away false info there as well, because I think Jing thought he had cleared
Jing cutie, Jing cutie, वो देखो.
Throw that one in
Singapore से है वो.
Dealt a bunch of damage, but no kill actually coming on through. You can see how slowly PRX ended up playing that round.
क्या मारा है बे? ऐसे गेम मेरे को भी चाहिए.
That's got to show that they have the capability.
Yeah.
But 4 now found for NRG.
Very patient there. Money fantastic for NRG. But they've definitely made a big dent in this round deficit that they accrued early on.
What do you mean? Of course I am.
Slow things down on towards the bottom side. Once again, Ethan trying to create a little bit of pressure towards Dish on his lonesome.
Okay भाई, मैं कुछ comments नहीं बोलने वाला था.
Helped a little bit by Forsaken. Both teams not wanting to make any early moves. Last 2 rounds
They
of this half
pinned
as well.
there.
NRG looking to scoop them
अगर तुम्हें
both
देख रहा
possible.
होगा.
So plenty of
ये
decent
वाला.
ultimates on the side of NRG.
इधर.
First bit of information now finally coming through. Desmada.
अरे यार.
The patience to get the shot.
Now comes the Seekers, going to layer in a guiding light there and recognize that there's at least a couple
Info
of
है
players
इन पे
over
कि
here.
सब ज़्यादातर बंदे इधर है, multiple.
Gets legged out by the op as the Prowler pushes it back.
Multiple है.
Okay, Nightfall coming
Info
up through.
दिया इन लोगों ने.
Maybe one player, not quite. Perhaps Forsaken, but he managed to dodge that one out in time, and the rest of PRX
इसको मारेगा.
slowly moving on in. First duel,
4
Forsaken
second
wins
इसको
to
मारेगा,
scoop it
of
down.
course.
Onto site now, Divide
इसका
trying to
info है.
hold this one. Brock on as well. That's a spike on the floor, by the way. Doesn't look going down. Tomato, some damage come through from the Orbital. NRG is still pulling through a decent number of kills. 2 versus 2. The runner back is gone.
Careful here.
Ethan needs to scoop up the spike here. 20 seconds on the clock. Molly going down. Kiko with the late wrap over through onto sand. Deals with something. It's just Jing by himself. He knows the spike hasn't gone down. It's an awkward exchange here for NRG, who are investing all of the Phoenix util just to be able to cross. Jing up close to the Blaze wall here. Satchel trying to cancel the plan.
Nope.
Not quite able to do it. That's going to go down for NRG. Now they're just playing this crossfire off of Ethan.
Yeah, this is going to be so hard to do. 1 versus 2 through the wall. Double swing, and Jing doesn't even get a shot off. Dangerous situation, and we sort of remember the round where Divide ends up going down just before the time runs out, and Jing has to be very careful we're not just delivering his own life away
क्या चल रहा है?
before the plant comes on through.
और बताओ कैसे हो तुम लोग?
Difficult 1v2, but yeah, we're really getting into the weeds of NRG's comeback on this first half now, because they were down by quite a few rounds.
Yeah.
एक न्यू मैंने वो डाले थे, वो चेक करना जरा. New command डाले थे मैंने.
Credit to NRG there. Paper X now really being made to sweat here on Fracture. Keiko has got the Outlaw, juggling that with the Vandal. Maybe kind of rethought his purchase there as they're really trying to isolate. Scooper on top side. He's made it out of dodge though. Investing the cage, and now you're seeing NRG speeding up on the other side of the map.
Yeah, Scooper's going to get crunched on, and NRG will make some moves now after hearing all of that noise. Still, look at Forsaken. He wants to go for the chase. Scuba's about to make his way onto B, but the spike and the rest of NRG looking over towards A. A big flank, though, from both Jing and Forsaken that NRG have to be a little bit careful about. First up, Marta versus something. Smoke starting to fade, and something will get a shot in first. Ethan, no response.
It's very tense here. Forsaken's found another one. It's a bit of a landslide of frags for Paper X coming back in on this retake. Brock still alive inside of the site. Gonna drop the orbital. Hits 2 players from Paper X, but unfortunately Divide with the last second shot, and Jing ready for the flank of Scuba. It's a 7-5 here. Paper X with their nose out in front at the half.
Yeah, well, unfortunate. Thought the orbital might have done a little bit more, but Divide too quick on the trigger finger. As we close out the half there, this will still be PRX.
Yeah, doing quite well for themselves, but you've got to give a lot of credit to NRG. I mean, that's what we know them for. Got great leadership, great coaching staff, so post-attack timeout, after they made the adjustments that were necessary, is a much more competitive half from there. They are not scared of Paper X's fracture here. They're quite happy to leave it in the veto.
And handling the aggression well as well, in terms of knowing that, okay, well, the first 2 rounds NRG won largely came off the back of
7-5, 7-5.
wanting to explore the map, wanting to take some angles, wanting to sort of fight for positions on the map, and NRG all too happy to receive that and punish.
No, okay.
I think NRG is the kind of team that stylistically we see a lot of the times when they play each other. They often force Paper X to slow down a little bit sometimes. Quite happy to just sit back, hold some of the angles and wait for Paper X to make the move in the early to mid round that they're looking to punish. You saw a lot of that from NRG. Scuba giving a lot of space to kind of work on his lonesome. Mata with the offensive operator.
अच्छा never mind, ये अलग स्क्रीन पे हूँ मैं, lol. एक सेकंड.
Would love to have seen a little bit
अरे रुको, कौन सा स्क्रीन था वो?
Didn't quite have as much impact on that first half as we would have liked. Particularly on the ops side of things. I mean, the first round that we saw, the RP instantly got util pushed out.
Yeah, that's just attacking side waylay things, though. You know, you're not really going to be the fragging duelist on the waylay often when you're playing. You know, Phoenix is definitely the one to be doing the majority of the fragging, to often be following up what is a dash refract a lot of the time offensively. Definitely want Keiko in this comp to be the heavy hitter, the one farming up all of the run-it-backs. But NRG, I think they're quite happy with what they've done, especially given the start in that opening half. Kind of halted the momentum of Paper X as they head into their defensive half now.
Yeah. करना है उस बार करना.
Hopefully a better showing from America's team against PRX on this particular map. NRG the confidence to move forward and start to get the lead in the second half if possible. That should be underway fairly soon.
Let's see what we're going to get here from NRG on their defense. Expecting a lot of waylay getting on this info line. Wouldn't be surprised if they start to mix in the op yet again. Here we go into the second half here. Paper X mostly set up on bottom side for Forsaken. I'd imagine we'll just be applying a little bit of pressure here. He's got full utility on the sky. Breach on the other side of things as Mata on the line with the Sheriff Refract active. Ethan opens up the door. He's going to jiggle away. Does at least spot out Devi, and there's Mata. Oh, that is such a quick shot from Devi to get the opener.
Yeah, we've seen that from Devi before. Mata finds out.
हम भी कभी-कभी ऐसे शॉट मार लेते हैं गाइस, you know, as you know, अगर तुम लोग मेरे को देखते हो.
Ethan also Brock.
Stomping away. Ethan almost caught on the cross.
Okay. Smoke to try and slow things down. Stun to cause a couple of problems. When do we get the explode? Finally it comes on through, but just into the meat grinder. Both Ethan are scooping all the kills. Brock likes to dink into the kill as well. Not just Devi. He has the capability to get those kills. He got the first one of this potential clutch, and he's got another as well. Devi versus Kiko, and Devi's got I'm not talking about Phoenix here. Kiko's the one playing that. Has he got the capability?
Infinite
hasn't been tapped yet. Kiko knows he could take his time with this one. He's looking like a little bit of a raid boss with the bandit and armor. He's got a lot of util to work with as well. Curveball and a molly. Devi really waiting for a mistake, but he's the one who has to make the first move here. Turret's back up. I think that's what he must have been waiting for.
30 seconds. What do you mean? Easy here. He doesn't know it, but he doesn't quite know where Kiko is standing and waiting. Kiko just waiting for plant at this stage.
मेरे को वो लग रहा था कि वो खुद कर रहा है.
As the molly comes on through it.
Nice one.
Devi with the 4K and the clutch. Instant headshot. He started out with that one on Mata. He'll finish it onto Kiko. For another pistol for PRX.
इसने तो दुआ कर दिया. हाँ, ब्रेम का तो वही है. ब्रेम के पास like ब्रेम जो एजेंट है ना, उनके पास 3 स्मोक्स होते हैं. तो बेसिकली इसीलिए वो 3 स्मोक्स एंड ऑफ कोर्स पहला राउंड है पिस्तौल राउंड, तो तुम बड़े एरिया पे फाइट नहीं लेना चाहोगे, राइट? लॉन्ग रेंज पे जितना हो सके तुम शॉर्ट रेंज पे, मतलब कम जगह पे फाइट लेना चाहोगे एज अ पिस्तौल राउंड में फर्स्ट राउंड. सो दैट्स व्हाई that smoke there. लगाए 65 HP पे बचा है. Mata मर गया उधर.
Trailblazer was at least fun to buy onto Scuba. They're rotating it out over on that B side of the map. So you're going to get the pivot back across.
Sound क्या होगा ना?
Something quite happy to sit in dish side. The rest of PRX relocating to the
Something को sound क्या होगा?
He's gonna have to hide there, and
Smokes नहीं.
that should be a little bit of info. But do they know it's the exact corner? They absolutely do. They see the hands.
दुआ
This will
मतलब
be easy.
अच्छा मारा.
Shouldn't even lose a
अच्छा
single
था
player
क्या?
to Kiko, despite the wonky shots from Jing.
मेरे को लगा smokes की बात कर
Another
रहे थे.
crunch over on towards a Brock to try and hold on to this one, but Pistol not going to do too much good. Easy 9th round here for PRX, 5 versus 2.
One enemy remaining.
Might not even lose a gun. Indeed, they don't. 5 rifles
9-5.
brought through into the
9-5.
bonus is a very,
What?
very good position to
अच्छा.
be in.
मेरे इधर से कोई दिक्कत नहीं है, उनको उधर से दिक्कत है गाइस.
NRG once
मेरे
again
को लगा
gonna
मेरे
have
इधर
to
से
play
दिक्कत
the
है.
opening part of this half from behind.
पैडा
So
भाई
we'll have a
क्या
look
लग रहा है
at
तुम्हें,
how
मतलब
their
शो भाई
first
क्या लग रहा है
defensive
तुम्हें,
does look,
क्या हो
but
सकता है
I
स्कोर?
mean, they were quite resilient in the first half, so
First match का score बताओ.
the doubt for sure.
The real worrying thing was the fact that PRX did convert.
तुम लोगों को क्या लग रहा है फर्स्ट मैच का स्कोर क्या होगा? स्कोर
for PRX in that first half, and for NRG wouldn't want that to be the case again. An opportunity
देख रहे हो
here
फ्लैश
potentially
डॉट्स?
he could at least drop one gun
One
down.
enemy remaining.
But honestly, when you just have the classics there, it's a little tough.
लाइक कर दो गाइस
Looks
अगर
like
कोई
for
नहीं
PRX
देख
this time around, NRG really wanted to win the first gun round of this half. Prowlers will
इनको
get them
नहीं है
up.
स्कोर. इसका
Know that there's at least one player hanging around outside of A main. That's a Molly being prepped for
Line
tower.
up पे
I do
बैठा
think that they're
है.
just going to try to drop off Jing
Line
up
up
there
आ
with
गया
the
वैसे.
Trailblazer. Keiko under a lot of pressure pushed out by the utility, and that's an open to Devi
What?
inside of A main. He's punished the push from NRG on the other side of the map when the pressure was
Bro,
coming through into
what?
tower, and now NRG are reeling in their first gun round
And
here.
PRX is, they can just abandon B at this time as well. If they want to go towards A, but they'll slow things down. They'll say, let's recommit. Force rotations from NRG first. Devi can even go for a little bit more if he wants to, but on the other side of the map is Envy and Jing. Yeah, they've just completely dominated. So we're seeing the first half, Groundhog Day here for NRG. Just can't win that third round.
Yeah, it's rough. I mean, they were well aware that
Saving.
there was a player hanging
Save
around
करेगा ये.
outside of A, confirmed by the Prowler,
saving.
but Devi is just been on
39.
one. He's having one of these games.
हो
Been in
सकता
some
है.
excellent form as of late. When he takes
Save
over a game
करेगा
for PRX, it's just really not
साउंड आ
much
गया
you
होगा
can do.
उसको.
Brock last alive, trying to hold onto his rifle. Not spotted out by
भाई
the
बच
guy
गया
in
वो
line.
फ्लैश नहीं हुआ.
Just wants to save, my man. Just wants to stay alive.
Apparently.
He's been spotted. Devi, he's going to go
Forward
for a little
picking
bit
right.
more. And, well, just saw the back of the player.
Devi?
Brock shuts him down. Devi's got locked down either way. He'll be happy with the
What?
one. Brock's going to convert another kill.
Yeah, don't feed him an orbital.
फ्री का काइल काय को दे रहे
He's
हो?
only one off at this point. If he's able to get one more kill, he'll have it. And I think his respect has been earned here as PRX hitting double digits. Not able to bring as many guns out of that round, but when you win the bonus, I don't think you really care too much.
Yeah, I mean, you got so many rounds in the bank at the moment in terms of where this lead is going. You got Ultimate Stun to come online as well. You got Devi winning a 1v2. Oh my god, that just cannot happen if you are NRG. Would love to see
अच्छा क्वालिटी वगैरह मेरा साउंड वगैरह स्ट्रीम का साउंड सब कुछ सही है ना? एक बार कंफर्म करो मुझे. कोई साउंड कम ज्यादा है?
they need it.
Yeah.
एक बार मेरे को कंफर्म करो ना ये वाला.
Got to be some level of investment here for NRG to try to keep things
मेरा
interesting.
साउंड
They need to
ज्यादा होगा
manage
राइट.
to take some guns away from PRX. They'd love to do some more economic damage, if not give themselves an outside shot of winning
Hello,
this
hello,
round. But if things
hello,
go the way
hello,
they're
hello.
expected, PRX will be up 11-5 here on Fracture.
Oh, it's good.
It's going to be a difficult position to come back from if you're NRG, given just how strong PRX have been looking on this map lately.
And this is the PRX off out of the starting gates and into the immediate sprint. We saw them take in London in the grand finals, just dominating on the opening map. But this one is definitely more competitive, but at the same time as well, PRX are here for a reason. They know they can just take this map away and get that immediate 1-0 in this BO3. NRG looking for answers.
Can't have a slow start for either one of these teams. You would be honestly a little bit upset that this is the opening game of EWC. It's a very stacked tournament, of course, but PRX and NRG would probably be a game we'd be expecting pretty deep into the playoff bracket.
Couple of half buys coming on through. Obviously, Brock did save over that one rifle. See if we can
Guys,
get a
एक
hero
काम
for
करो
this
ना,
particular round.
EWC Watchparty सर्च करो ना तुम्हारे इसमें, क्या बोलते हैं YouTube में.
Lockdown
देखो ना
being
मेरा
invested on this B side of the map. PRX playing it
कितने
very
में आ रहा है?
slowly, not quite rushing into B by any stretch of the imagination. Showstopper now picked up by Jing.
We'll see what they still have to clear once the lockdown has concluded. Obviously, we can see that NRG are going to be late to the party here a little bit as Jing wants to start that party. He'll go down though. Doesn't even want the showstopper again. It's Marta and Ethan getting on the board here. PRX are left hurting. They're the ones with the guns. And still NRG coming out ahead on that one. Not Scuba though.
What?
Because Devi is still managing to land these clean shots.
They isolated him nicely. Utility invested. In comes the Nightfall though. From NRG, trying to complete this retake in from Gen side. Envy disrupting. He's got a nice crossfire in with Devi, but that player on the site has gone down. Devi now knows something on the wraparound. Could have a really good flank timing here as we head into a 2-on-2. Kiko, that's a huge pick to be able to get across to the side. They know exactly where something is, but the movement is a little bit too good. Clutch needed for PRX, and NRG will be kicking themselves, Kev. They put themselves in an excellent position there post-timeout.
And they barely had any equipment. They came through with the lesser money, just came out of the timeout, start with a 5 versus 3, ends up being a 2 versus 1. But unfortunately, NRG just didn't quite have eyes on where something was. So 2 players looking in opposite directions and no ability to trade something fast enough to once again.
Devi पता है Devi I guess Indian if I'm not wrong.
And these are the moments
भाई के
that
पैसे तो गए क्या हो गया
side ahead of the
पैसे कहाँ
others.
गए
Far ahead of
खा लिया
NRG so
कुछ
far in
पैसे
this
से
map.
Put a dent in the economy of PRX though. It was only a half buy for NRG, who now have a follow-up gun round with some ults to work with. Out comes the C's there in combination with the orbital. I think that's just going to kill one player outright. Ethan following up super nicely. And again, it's a 2-man advantage for NRG.
So it's time. You're hoping the NRG will be able to navigate this 5v3 a little bit cleaner, but Devi is still alive. Something's still alive as well. 2 of the biggest fraggers so far that we've seen in this particular map, particularly Devi.
Hello
So the opportunity is still there.
Phoenix भाई
You can start seeing some clean rounds.
Jump spot, curve ball to follow up.
Phoenix जीत गई तो जर्सी दिलवानी पड़ेगी
Until something
Gordon
steps
की
into the limelight,
I
which
hate
is
Gordon
very similar
I'm not a
to what we
Gordon
saw in
fan
that last round. PRX
I can
volleyed off. Too
मतलब
much
जब मेरे पास
fire
अगर
in
कोई
the way,
पैसे आए
and they're going to pivot across the
पैसे हो
sand.
They
तो
burn
मैं
some
तुम्हें तब दे
defensive
सकता हूँ
utility away from NRG, but they themselves on the
तब अभी
PRX
तो
side
नहीं
is
है
still
कभी अगर आए तो
left
of
wanting
course
yet.
मेरे subscribers
Something
को
going
नहीं
to cause a
देते
little bit of noise, might cause a little bit more. You start to see Forsaken take the spike away, so it might end over towards me, but for the
I'm not
time
saying that I
being,
hate Gordon but मेरे को पसंद नहीं
won't sell it for very long because the neural
मैं
theft.
देखता नहीं उनका content
As NRG themselves will start to make their way onto the opposite side of the map. Still going to get past this trip.
Forsaken. Still with the trip nicely. This is a winnable 2-on-3
hate
for
नहीं करना
PRX.
hate
Ethan in a great position in
मैं
a
देखता नहीं
crossfire
उनका
with Scuba.
content
Over on Heaven's side. Ethan
मैं
very
देखता नहीं
low,
उनका
but
content that
Scuba
is it
playing off him
मैं hate नहीं
nicely.
कर रहा किसी को
Out
भाई
comes the run it back from Kiko, but it's not even needed. Scuba getting it done himself.
मैंने
And
गलती से
NRG
बोल दिया but yeah
capitalizing
मैं
on a
देखता नहीं
2-man
उनका
advantage
content
that they weren't quite able to in the round previous.
A dangerous amount of players end up going down there for NRG, which goes to say that, you know, even with 3 for
मेरा friend
PRX,
Gordon पे ले लो अच्छी बात है फिर तो
very highly capable.
क्या
5 versus 3 and 2 will survive for
कीबोर्ड्स
NRG.
देख रहे हो भाई कीबोर्ड्स देख रहे हो तुम इनके
Yeah. Let's see what we're going to get here.
भाई 20-30 हजार के
NRG
कीबोर्ड
have
होंगे
got
वो
a lot of work to be doing, and you can
Mouse
see
भी
that the money's
ऐसा
starting
ही
to get a
20-30
little
हजार
bit
के
better than
mouse
bruised for
कीबोर्ड
PRX. Couple of rifles to mix on in here. Orbital and Seekers at the ready as well.
जैसे तुम्हें ओजी अच्छे लगते हैं वैसे मेरे को फेस्टिवल अच्छे लगते हैं
For PRX, but not much else at the moment.
हेट नहीं कर रहा किसी को मैं जस्ट बोल रहा हूँ
Creeping their way in towards A
मैं
main, joined up by
देखता नहीं तो मैं
Forsaken
दे
here.
नहीं
We'll
सकता
see how
मेरे
many
को
ults they're going to throw at this round.
पसंद है मैं उनका
Try to make
ट्राई कर
their lives a
सकता हूँ
little bit easier. You can see that NRG are well and truly ready for the flood. Even the B players are playing
हेट
retake
ही
lane in
करेंगे
spawn side.
और एपे क्राफ्टर में
Doors
दो
open.
बंदे
Kiko
हैं
on the Jing first. A lot of pressure coming through from Rogues, and looks like PRX still want to challenge this one, but they're just challenging into their own deaths. At least Envy is going to make his way over towards the site and get this plant. You'd imagine if he goes for it in a timely manner, but currently 1 versus 4, NRG will be able to pick up another round.
You can see the elbow. One off the Rolling Thunder. Peppered away through those smokes on spawn side, and Saturate doesn't quite connect. That gives him an opportunity onto Ethan, but the crouch peak is a little bit faster. That is 4 alive for NRG. And 11-7, honestly, is not that crazy of a scoreline to overturn
normally
here for an NRG
EWC Watchparty search
finding
करो
their
ना
way into
देखो ना मेरा
advantageous
स्ट्रीम
situations
कितने नंबर पे आ रहा
round on round. Last 3 rounds in a row, they've been up in numbers quite substantially.
Yeah, could have been a dangerous round as well. I mean, we saw the trap set up over towards ropes, but an opportunity for PRX if they were able to make their way into sight. Well, they do nibble on that hook that was put out there, wanting to really challenge for ropes. We get into the timeout here for PRX.
Yeah, और से कोई नहीं जीत सकता, not gonna lie.
Buckle up for these last 2 rounds that they need to finish on that one.
Time out लिया उन लोगों ने.
Feels like they're in very good form right now. Even the rounds where they're behind in numbers, they're keeping things kind of on a knife's edge. The individual players looking very sharp. I mean, that's a given.
क्या सूंघ रहा है बताओ.
But
Envy कुछ सूंघ रहा है बताओ क्या सूंघ रहा है.
Here against the NRG that can be quite troublesome once they get on a little bit of a roll, especially with this kind of comp. Feel like Keiko's in quite good form on the Phoenix.
तुम्हारा दिन कैसा गया? अच्छा गया क्या?
That's going to be a little bit of a difficult prospect.
See, it's about breaking that early chain of rounds that PRX have, and you see what happened in what we'll call the second quarter here, but the second half of that first half where NRG start to get it together. That time might just happen again now.
11-7. तुमने क्या बोला था? 13-9.
A little bit safer.
Okay.
PRX were the ones that actually had a slightly broken economy, but those ultimates I talked about in that last round are still available now.
Absolutely. That's what I got my eyes on as well, and they're already prepping themselves for a BXQ. Mata looking to disrupt. What an excellent guiding light, though. And NRG are just bumping into each other. Curveball, as well as the Prowlers, just trying to zone PRX away. So a little bit of a standstill in the mid-round here as PRX look to pivot back to 8.
So a lot of youth were being thrown back and forth, plenty of flashes, and Mata will be the one that ends up falling there. This Forsaken will keep things busy on the B side of things, including the Seekers. Wants to really sell this one, but slowly Scuba's making his way over. Brooks sniffing something through here as well. Not too sure what the direction is, but Will just cover drop for the time being. Rolling Thunder clears the sight. Scuba's first down, trying to dodge away from the ult, but running to the hands of Divide.
Yeah, he felt like he had a timing there. Standing away. This PRX have done a really good job this round. Kiko, though, applying some pressure from the flank could start to cause some problems and throw a spanner in the works for PRX.
It could have been really dangerous if something was still alive here, but now main control being taken away. NRG working their way up, still have Forsaken to clear on the top side as well.
Great stun. Honestly, still peeking down for Brock.
After stream search,
honestly, that's a decent haunt. They know where PRX are playing from, but killing them is another story. 1v1 here for Kiko.
Kiko versus Forsaken again, the player that was unknown for the time being, and Forsaken will run the clock down. He's going to start making some moves away, but as the spike starts to get diffused here, he's almost looking to just stick this one, but that's going to be half so far. Time is running out. Forsaken's just going to run down the clock and still gets the headshot anyway. NRG put that one close, but the 12 is still found regardless.
Every single one of these rounds, even if it's like a 3-on-5, every XVX is so incredibly close.
बहुत ज़्यादा high है,
Felt like Scuba definitely had a decent time. He dodged a rolling thunder so nicely, peeking through the sky smokes.
देखो तुम ऐसा बोल दिए मेरा स्ट्रीम कहीं तक नहीं दिख रहा सर से पूरा लगा मुझे सुन के
hold every angle, playing patiently exactly when it's needed. 22 kills for Defy. He's got a lot of help
next
from the rest of the boys.
Is Lotus. Lotus is based on Indian. Is like basically Indian map, you know.
When Defy is killing everybody, everyone else is just kind of scrambling to see what pieces they can still get in there. Speaking of which, Mata would like one of those pieces on his side of things. Operator on the defensive side.
Yeah. It's a similar kind of story here for PRX. A lot of pressure in tower. What a combination देख रहे हो
उधर से मॉली किया उसने मेन से Forsaken ने
That's an opening pick for a PRX who have a little bit of control towards A main. Kiko once again has to overturn this round in the favor of NRG, pushing Forsaken off the line straight into the open arms of Mata.
Mata's in there. Kiko's in a little bit deeper as well.
Info देगा ना इनको.
Burns his ultimate, the runner back, nice and early, but guess what? PRX are gone. Nobody's home. On the other side of the map now is where we got to play.
Mata scaled in. Orbital won't catch Scuba if he's going to play in that little corner there. He's got this has to be hard cleared here by PRX.
Yeah, Scuba's in a great spot. Do they see him? They do, but they don't quite get the kill just yet. Jing, though, wants to send out the rocket. He'll find Scuba. Still, though, players looking down for PRX and NRG. 3 versus 1. Jing has a lot of work to do here, and this is looking like it should be a good round for NRG now.
Anticipating a flank on top side, but he won't be given
20 HP.
any reward for his patience.
8 HP.
It's one off the paint shells with the satchel to
75 maybe. 71 never mind.
Very winnable.
74 HP.
Mata are a little bit worse for wear.
If
anything, it looks like he's saving.
Economy's not good. Look at the money. 200 in the bank for Jing.
EWC खुद mail करके बुलाएगी.
I would have expected him to go for it. I'm not gonna lie.
He does have a good round leading. You know,
saving.
But
that's
I
very,
think for
that's
this,
very sensible for Jing.
अच्छा क्वालिटी वगैरह सही है ना स्ट्रीम क्वालिटी इसका साउंड सही है ना क्योंकि बाद में इनको करना पड़ेगा जो मतलब आज तो नहीं कल मांग चलो कवर करेंगे उसके बाद बहुत दिन बाद शायद से कुछ और गेम का करेंगे PUBG मोबाइल का करूंगा अगर तुम देखना चाहोगे तो पता PUBG मोबाइल में गॉडल भी है OG भी है राइट तो PUBG मोबाइल में करूंगा मैं हेलो माँ what's up तुम आते हैं क्यों करते हो हाँ ये एक वो है साउंड बोल रहा हूँ रेडिम्स है ना लिख के तुम वो कर सकते हो if you want redeem exclamation redeem करके एक कमांड है
That's what you want to be seeing from
तो
your
मुझे पता
anchoring
चल जाएगा
cipher
कि
on
तुम आए
defensive
हो
fracture.
बाय द वेलकम टू द स्ट्रीम कैसे हो तुम आदत हो गया हाँ
Tree is where PRX will start moving out
ऐसा नहीं
from.
करते
Prowler didn't get to see much, so good information for Ethan.
As he execute
करना ही होए वो तो किसी कंडीशन पर मिस नहीं करेंगे था तो उसका परमिशन है मुझ पे so I can do that.
In the meantime, this is just not going well for PRX and Kiko.
क्या
Was undiscovered. Nice reaction onto Devi, honestly, and Brock has got him back. This is just going nowhere fast for PRX.
Yeah,
Jing had no HP to work with there now. Forsaken has to
ही
do a lot,
बोलने
and he
की
can't
हाँ I know
land the shots or something. Doesn't have the gun.
नहीं है सेव राउंड था ना
He's here to just maybe get a couple of shots in there.
He just wants one gun. He's just
क्या
jiggling
मतलब
in the corner. The position. Nicely done for NRG. A great anti-eco to give them their 9th.
Chipping away at it.
ना तुम कैसे हो क्या हालचाल तुम्हारे कैसे है तुम्हारी तबीयत
NRG
अभी
getting a string of an hours. PRX desperate to find this last map. Will
कल तो
take the
आके
final
चले गए
time
थे
now.
कैसे
It does seem like it just
भाई
keeps
क्या मारा है बे
slipping away from them.
Yeah, all 4 timeouts used in regulation, giving NRG the respect that they deserve. These two teams relatively familiar with each other, even if it's been a little
IDR
while since they
PRX
last
खेल
played.
रही है IDR का फुल फॉर्म क्या है
Goes to show that NRG
don't
not out of it
क्या
despite
है
how behind they were on the rounds.
PRX खेल रही है IDR का मतलब क्या पता नहीं जो भी है
I totally agree.
हाँ
I think
PRX तो खेल
NRG
रही
have
है
been pretty good.
अच्छा खेल रही है ना
Puckett just handed me a drawing
What's your
of,
favorite team though,
the
guys?
US flag, so he's feeling it right now. He's back in NRG
What's
all the
your
way in, well, 3 more
overall
rounds.
like
Puckett might just be right.
esports में मतलब Valorant में basically कौन सी टीम तुम्हारी फेवरेट है नॉट लाइक कि आज PRX एंड इसका मैच हो रहा है इसलिए बोल रहा हूँ मैं
Left in the veto by NRG. Will have known that PRX will be liable
obviously
to be picking up,
PRX
especially with how good. That will be the
nice
timeout
same
elapsing. Let's see what PRX have.
although G भी है
drawn up
right
here.
so G and PRX
Do still think that they have the lockdown in the back pocket.
Yep.
So that's going to have to be something that they're considering for NRG. I mean, they have the orbital to potentially cancel that later on in the round.
I will find.
Don't think that's something they necessarily want to have to do, but if it comes down to it.
Wow
Last time we saw the lockdown, Devi used it quite aggressively
yep
on
G
the
भी
inside,
पसंद है
just from the tunnel.
मान के चलो अभी PRX के साथ G का मैच हो रहा है तो मैं
Pressure on
G
the bottom side
पहले
of the map
of
for
course
NRG, and
उसके बाद
conversely for
PRX
PRX, very
Which
much
is of
just
course
trying to
Indian
make some
Indian
noise
organ,
over towards
so yeah.
Arcade. Cypher Cam dealt with, and Forsaken going to make his way into unders.
Mata patiently waiting for Devi as well. Who
माही तुम्हारा
was reminded
prediction
Devi
है
got a
सच
double
होने
kill,
वाला है स्कोर
yeah, not
देखो
too long ago. And in fact, a couple of pings going
Score देखो
on towards A holes.
Hello to 7 people
So
watching. How's you guys?
dangerous for
Chat करो दो
PRX.
बंदे chat कर रहे हैं सिर्फ दो
Mata
बंदे नहीं
changing
chat
up
कर
his
रहे
angle
वैसे
of
सभी
approach. He's very
दो
much
लोग
on
chat
his
कर रहे हैं
lonesome here. There's a
सिर्फ
couple of kill trips on the
क्या कर
side,
रहे हो
but
तुम
that's
लोग chat
about
कर
it.
Oh.
Jump spot out from
माड़ा को
Devi.
इन्फो मिला
Top line onto
उनको
the
ही
line
पता
is
चल गया
perfection. He's just being given nothing.
Yeah. Has to think about saturating that one potentially, but he has to exit regardless and throwing a shot out there, but still low HP. Nightfall coming in defensively. Ethan
Early, yeah,
arriving
man.
to help out the fellas of NRG on this defense. Oral has well been dropped into smoke.
ओह ऐसा
Something in the meantime. The players in sand are starting to get in the mix. Envy has cleared Mata out of the side. Scuba stepping through the smoke. Checked nicely there by Forsaken. Even if something goes down, and this will be the lockdown. Just trying to zone kick go away. Make sure he doesn't even have any chance in hell of closing out this round, and he'll have to respect it.
Yeah, minimum. He's going to have to wait this one out.
nice
I think he's got to clear absolutely everything. Turret in sand. Alarm bot in hole. Obviously, Kiko doesn't have to worry about that part. But he does have to worry about walking to the high-low. Envy and Forsaken ready to go. They know the positioning now, and 3 of them will swing at the same time.
Mahi
No chance for Kiko. And
Hello,
PRX
Mahi.
take map 1.
Yeah, nicely done. I mean, credit to NRG trying to overturn 2 pretty big deficits at the half.
Huh?
They put together some
तुम्हें
good
कैसे
rounds
पता?
of their own. But PRX have been really, really hot.
बोल
on
लगा
this
तो बोल
map
तो
as
लगा
of
हुआ है
late.
2-0
I think NRG putting up more of a fight than we even saw in the recent Masters Grand Final. And PRX,
GG's
big win for them.
अच्छा
But
मतलब
we do still have Lotus up next for NRG.
अभी ज़्यादा नहीं
Honestly,
5
I would
मिनट का
really
ब्रेक
expect
लेंगे
this series to
उसके
go
बाद
to
फिर
this.
आएंगे
This is just a 2-0.
Sure.
I think that would be the unexpected outcome, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, if this was a more dominant showing from PRX, I'd be a little bit more worried for NRG, but just the resilience, the tenacity of NRG to keep that one competitive and really pushing it to...
Yeah, guys, like कर देना guys. Finals में ही yep सच बोल दिया तुमने तो माही तो गई 1100 कर नुकसान में क्यों भाई 1100 किधर लगाए थे तुमने? हेलो, तुम बेटिंग करते हो? व्हाट? मत क्या करो ऐसे। मैं तो पहले ही बोला था 2-0, लाइक 2-0 होने वाला है। Oh, so.
They actually made the adaptations that were needed to be able to deal with PRX. They got
पता है, like
they were able to
I don't
slow the
know,
game down a lot.
multiple जो स्ट्रीमर्स मतलब मेरे जैसे ऐसे कर रहे हैं ना, मतलब अलग अलग प्लेटफॉर्म पे, लाइक मान के चलो ट्विच पे कर रहे हैं, उसके बाद कोई टिकटॉक वगैरह पे कर रहा है, ठीक है, उनको मतलब करने नहीं दे रहे वॉच पार्टी, क्लेम मार मतलब कर दे रहे उनके चैनल पे बेसिकली। सो होप सो ना आए मेरे पे, क्योंकि मैं उतना तो वो नहीं कर रहा हूँ, मैं तो सब कुछ सेमी कर रहा हूँ। जर्सी ना बताया ना, जर्सी दिलवानी पड़ेगी। किसको जर्सी दिलवानी पड़ेगी? फिर भी मेरी प्रेडिक्शन तो ठीक आई।
You know, a 13-10, I believe it was. That pistol definitely could have made the difference for NRG to get.
तुम्हें कोई जर्सी दे रहा है क्या PRX का?
I mean, it's a lot of pistol, and then into 2 more rounds for PRX. The fact that they got both their bonuses on both halves is kind of insane.
एक भी एस नहीं आया और एक भी 4K नहीं आया। एक 4K आया था, वो लाइक जीत नहीं पाया वाला राउंड, राइट? समथिंग का एक 4K आया था।
Remember at one stage, so
ये वाला था 4K समथिंग का।
I think the NRG, honestly, if they had won even one pistol, could have definitely had a better shot at winning this game. PRX are no slouches.
इनका एम देखो, कनेक्ट देख रहे हो, इनका एम एकदम कनेक्ट होता है, कनेक्ट, नॉट लाइक समटाइम्स होता है, बट ज्यादातर ऐसा लगता है लाइक कंपस बोल्स माय बैड, वो मैग्नेट की तरह चिपक रहा है। कंपस का को बोल रहा हूँ पता नहीं,
We know NRG was close. They had missed opportunities. They will not have a second opportunity if you lose this next map, and it's going to be your map pick, right? So you just played PRX. This was okay.
Scuba.
How do you excel? Where do you want to go next? And what are the expectations as Lotus is on the horizon?
I think they just need to win a pistol, honestly. They need to not have
Hey, hello.
a slow start on both halves because Lotus is a great map for PRX. They kind of invented that double duelist style on that map in particular. So it's up to NRG to show why they picked Lotus into this series and come in confidently.
Go back, way back, try करो। है तुम पे तो आईडी दे दो, मैं डाउनलोड करके खेल लूँगा। मैं तो बोला हूँ, I want like अगर किसी के पास आईडी है वगैरह वगैरह, उन पे गेम है तो मेरे को दे दो, मेरे को ट्राई करना है बेसिकली। वही फियर्स टू फैथम का कोई एक न्यू एपिसोड आया है ना, जिसमें से तुम मतलब 2 जन खेल सकते हो, दोनों तरफ की स्टोरीज है उस गेम में, इस वाले एपिसोड में फियर्स टू फैथम के, राइट? इफ आई नॉट रॉन्ग। फ्री है ये? फ्री है ये? अच्छा ओके, देखूंगा मैं, देख फ्री है क्या?
But you can see from the PRX system, they got a lot of value out of the slower players on the team. They got Something and Divide both having a lot of impact for them. I think Forsaken was right in the middle of the pack, often just getting involved in the mid round with the guiding lights and things like that. He loves to play the Sky.
इसमें मिलता है और उसमें है क्या? हाँ, स्ट्रीम पे है क्या?
All putting up some big numbers. Which one of those three do you have eyes on? Final question before the break.
Yeah, I mean Brock again. He's the guy that's going to be bringing the Odin out on the Vice here. But I need to see a step up from Mara because I think he underperformed on that fracture. This needs to be a better map from him.
Hello, Brony. Welcome to the stream. How's yours? कैसे हो आप?
Race our stage again tonight.
Yeah. No, tonight? No, tonight, no.
Tomorrow?
Yeah, for sure. At some point in this event.
Guys, show me like कर देना stream को and subscribe.
Not Monday.
And don't forget to like stream के बाद, please don't forget to give me a feedback, ठीक है? On comment section दो, ठीक है? क्या नाम बोला आपने? Pro क्या था, किधर था?
Best of luck.
Go स्टोरी मोड गेम है क्या ये? क्या एक स्टोरी मोड गेम है? Is it a story mode game?
Play is in our DNA.
चलो ऐड टू लाइब्रेरी कर लेता हूँ। अच्छा, नॉट स्टोरी मोड गेम, इज सर्वर
It becomes our
सर्वाइवल गेम, राइट? इट इज अ सर्वर, ओके।
Now imagine an entire city
स्ट्रीम में देखा मैंने, देखा।
supercharged.
हाँ तो ये खेलूंगा। ये क्या लाइक क्या करना है इसमें बेसिकली? घर बनाना है बेसिकली, राइट? क्वालिटी अच्छी है गेम की वैसे, नॉट गोना लाई। ओके ट्राई करूंगा ये अभी। ठीक है कितने जीबी का है? 16 जीबी का है। डाउनलोड कर डाउनलोड कर लूँगा। जाओ कल डाउनलोड कर लूँगा। जाओ ऐड कहाँ चल रहा है? हेलो नेवर माइंड, ऐड चल रहा था। कॉपीराइट आ जाएगा उस ऐड से। मेरे को लगा था उसका ऐड चल रहा है। उसके बाद देखा फुटबॉल का साउंड कहाँ से आ रहा है। भाई वसा भाई, अरे खेलो, अच्छी है गेम, देख कर आई। हाँ तो मैं डाउनलोड कर लूँगा। ओके कल डाउनलोड कर लेंगे। नहीं कल खेल सकते हैं। अभी तो देखो डाउनलोड पे बैठा नहीं सकता बेसिकली, क्योंकि स्ट्रीम का चीज़ हो जाएगा नहीं तो। राइट तो यार हो गई कांड। क्या कर दिया आप? कौन सी गेम? किधर गेम? कोई गेम नहीं खेल रहा? अच्छा वो जो बोले, उन्होंने बोला एक न्यू गेम ट्राई करने को। गेम का नाम है, भूल गया मैं क्या नाम था। ऊपर देखो चैट में कहीं तो लिखा होगा उन्होंने। प्रोलॉग समथिंग कुछ लिखा होगा उन्होंने। इधर गया, मेरे को चैट ही नहीं दिख रहा। वाह भाई प्रोलॉग, हाँ प्रोलॉग गो वे बैक करके। क्रंची रोल कौन कौन देख रहा है इधर? क्रंची रोल कौन कौन देखता है इधर? कौन फेस कैम कैब दिला तो एक फेस कैम कर देता मैं। जस्ट सेइंग नहीं करने वाला। फिर भी अभी तो नहीं करने वाला। फेस रिवील नहीं है, फिर फेस कैम थोड़ी करने वाला। भाई वेलकम टू द स्ट्रीम। हाउ इज योर्स? आई नो लाइक इसमें तुम अगर वॉच पार्टी कर रहे हो फेस कैम इज मस्ट नीडेड, बट मैं नहीं कर सकता ना फेस कैम, वही दिक्कत है। क्रंची रोल का पैसा नहीं इलीगल वेबसाइट से कर लेते हैं। ले आए तो क्या मतलब? यही मतलब।
Now imagine an entire city being built to supercharge it. Kadir City, powered by play.
नहीं है मेरे पे फेस कैम का कैमरा। मेरा सेटअप भी वो नहीं है। मतलब मैं जहाँ पे रहता हूँ, मेरा मॉनिटर जहाँ पे है, किसी जहाँ पे है, अच्छा नहीं है वो। कौन चिल्ला रहा है? कौन है भाई साहब? तो एक बच्चा चिल्ला रहा है बाहर। मॉनिटर चाहिए, खरीद लो, पैसे जमा करो, जमा करके खरीद लो। और क्या? इट्स अ गुड गेम दो, नॉट गोना लाई। तब ठीक है, मिक्स्ड व्यू है, रिव्यू इनका मिक्स्ड है। ठीक है, ज़्यादा लोग खेले नहीं है इस गेम को। सिंगल प्लेयर ओपन वर्ल्ड गेम इमर्जेंट सर्वाइवल वेयर एवरीवन जर्नी इज यूनिक। Every time you play, chart your path, overcome the elements, and write your own story to exploration.
Our crowd, you know, I don't know if it's stress, but it's like
who is it?
It's a good pressure that we have. We of course want to represent the country of
KC का कोई है?
Also, like I grew up in Paris, like it's a special city for me. So
कभी एनिमे नहीं देखी, बस पोकेमॉन को छोड़कर। हाँ तो मैंने भी देखा ना पोकेमॉन। हाँ तो फेस कैम कर यूज कर तो ग्रोथ होगा। देखो मैं चाहता तो कर सकता था, बट मेरा जो सेटअप है बेसिकली वो तो नहीं कर सकता ना। दिक्कत वही तो है। स्टाइलो भैया को बस बहाने चाहिए, बहाने नहीं चाहिए। मेरा जो सेटअप है वो थोड़ा सा है लाइक इज अ स्टोर रूम। मतलब मेरे बाजू में मंदिर है, मतलब मैं जहाँ सोता हूँ उसके बाजू में मंदिर है, उसके बाजू में ये रूम है। इधर मंदिर के सारे सामान रखते हैं इधर बेसिकली, तो दैट्स व्हाई मैं लाइक थोड़ा सा
my mom didn't move to France, and as I say that, like, yeah, I'm grateful for everything, you know, like I'm trying to stay humble, like work hard, prove by what I'm doing every day.
Our group is definitely the strongest, but I don't know. I
Vitality का Vitality ये क्या है ये? Dark ही था वो?
Again, will be cool to play in front of them and just feel the support in person.
बहाना नहीं चाहिए, देखो देखो अगर मैं चाहता नहीं, मैं वो नहीं बोला, अगर मेरा बस अच्छा सा सेटअप होता, अच्छी सी जगह होती तो मैं कर लेता, नॉट गोना lie.
I wish it would have been like with the crowds. Unfortunately,
green wall ले ले, बेस्ट green wall.
KC fans, it would have been so good, but it's fine. Still,
अभी कुछ लेने के पैसे नहीं है, ठीक है. मैं तो किचन में खेलता हूँ, मिनी स्टडी टेबल में. हाँ लाइक मेरा जो ऑफकोर्स मेरा जो पीसी है ना, उस पर रखने का जगह नहीं है बेसिकली, अलग जगह में नीचे तो नहीं रख सकता, इसलिए अलग से रखना पड़ता है इसको. एंड मैं जहाँ सोता हूँ इज नॉट अ बेडरूम बेसिकली, मेरा कोई बेडरूम नहीं है, इज अ लाइक क्या बोलूँ मैं, रूफटॉप में ही छोटा सा होता है, स्टेयर्स के बाजू में जो जगह होते हैं उधर ही थोड़ा सा है, क्योंकि खाली है बेसिकली पूरा, ठीक है. तो वही है ग्रीन स्किन अच्छा ग्रीन स्किन फिर भी लाइक अच्छा नहीं लगता, ग्रीन स्किन नॉट गोना लाई अच्छा नहीं लगता. और मेरा फेस अभी तो रिवील नहीं है, क्यों करूँ? तो कैमरा को साइड में रख दो, मंदिर बैकग्राउंड बन जाएगी. आई कांट डू दैट क्योंकि मंदिर अभी मंदिर नहीं होगा वो, क्योंकि वो ऐसा लाइक क्या बोलूं मैं, कैमरा रखने का जगह भी नहीं है, मेरा टेबल छोटा है ना, कहाँ रखूं मैं कैमरा? माय बैड ग्रीन स्किन स्टाइलिश स्किन दिला दे अभी तो यार. कौन सी स्किन? क्रोमा की से यूज करके अच्छा ही लगता है, मेरे को अच्छा नहीं लगता ग्रीन स्किन जो करते हैं ना, अच्छा नहीं लगता, इट्स लाइक कट आउट हो जाता है. बट आई होप सो, होपफुली अगर कभी मैं करूँ, कभी शायद से करूँ, पता नहीं. इफ यू नो यू नो, आई डोंट नो, यू डोंट नो, मे बी कभी क्या से यू नो न्यू फैंटम ऐसे नहीं है, इधर खाने के बोल रहा है न्यू फैंटम दिला दे शर्म है कुछ. चलो सेकंड मैच इज लोटस, कौन जीतेगा? अच्छा तो एक चीज करो, बताओ कौन सा चीज करो, बताओ. अपने लिए न्यू जॉब ढूंढो और नई जगह शिफ्ट हो जाओ. आई कैन डू दैट, बट शिफ्ट होना वो थोड़ा सा टफ है मेरे लिए. शिफ्ट होना वो टफ है मेरे लिए, ठीक है. पूरा एकदम शिफ्ट हो जाना, आई कैन डू दैट. लाइक पूरा शिफ्ट नहीं हो सकता मैं, वही तो दिक्कत है. एक दिन रूम टूर भी वीडियो डाल, रूम ही नहीं है मेरा, कहाँ से मैं तो बोल रहा हूँ मेरा कोई रूम नहीं है. मैं सोता हूँ, मेरा जो बेड है बेसिकली इट्स नॉट लाइक प्रॉपर बड़ा वाला, छोटा एकदम, जो हॉस्टल में रहते हैं, मतलब हॉस्टल में जो जैसे बेड होते हैं, एक वैसा ही एक है, ठीक है. सीडीओ के बाजू में बेसिकली, ठीक है. एंड उधर एक फ्रिज है, ठीक है. एंड उधर छोटा जगह है, इसलिए पीसी नहीं रख सकता उधर, ठीक है. पीसी को मैंने इधर लाया है तो जहाँ पे मंदिर के सामान है, ठीक है, मेरे बाजू में. ओके, तो धूल मिट्टी है इसमें. मैं अपने पीसी से बहुत ज्यादा प्यार करता हूँ, ठीक है. मेरे को धूल पसंद नहीं एकदम, मेरे को साफ सफाई पसंद है बहुत ज्यादा. बट द थिंग मैं हर रोज करूंगा, हर रोज जीजी हो जाएगा. दैट्स व्हाई तो चाहत पर रूम बनवा लो, छत पर रूम बनवा लो, जॉब तो करो. या ओके एनवी ने फेड लिया है, समथिंग ने जेट, वाइस लिया है, डिवाइन ने 4 सेकंड ने ओमेन, जिंग ने, ठीक है, स्कूबा, वाइपर, ब्रॉक, वाइस, इथन ने फेड लिया है और फेड था, फेड क्या था देखा नहीं यार, क्या था देखा नहीं भाई। हेलो
That's how I feel about the initiator. Yeah, no one's distracting me right now. It's
I think
fine.
Fade has been a little bit more common out of all the Lotus games.
That is a common, yeah. Fade बहुत सब सारे मैप पे खेलते हैं Fade.
I mean, it is kind of the vintage duelist on this map. The Sky is kind of the off pick. I think mixing flashes in, and I think in particular,
Fade is a good agent though.
PRX is probably the kind of team that wants to play the Sky a little
35,
bit more.
50 जाएगा. जीतेगा कौन second match?
They love playing the Sky on this map. I remember screwing them on this map and just getting bombarded by guiding lights and things like that.
NRG or
But I think the
PRX?
Fade
Okay, Viper, Vice, सेम है क्या? अच्छा नहीं सेम कॉम नहीं, डबल डुएलिस्ट है PRX में, इधर सिंगल डुएलिस्ट है, डबल स्मोकर है। हेलो टू द पीपल वाचिंग, हाउ आर यू गाइस? क्या हाल चाल आप लोगों के, कैसे हो आप लोग? PRX एनर्जी, अच्छा एनर्जी आगे वो हमारा वोट क्या बोल रहा है? What? 45 HP.
So no smokes now for the defense, and NRG will slow this one down.
That was a crazy shot. I mean,
Vote क्या बोल रहे हैं? Vote
probably don't make that one. You just sort of die in that moment, but not here, not today. Mata, like I said in the pre-show for this map, he needs to step up here, and he has
Finally
at least one
someone
opening pick, but
flying
we're gonna
jet.
get over here with something versus 2 Kiko.
ए PRX one sided जीती है। 2-0। ये क्या राइट क्लिक है? देखो उनका लगता है भाई, तुम्हारा नहीं लगता तो मैं क्या करूं? वो देखो वो देखो, देखा 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 तुमने देखा? अब द थिंग एनवी का राउंड है ये, मारेगा नहीं है, देख अरे देख लिया था अरे यार अगर वो नहीं देखता ना, अगर वो नहीं देखता, घूमता नहीं स्मोक करते वक्त, तो हो सकता था कुछ। दवाई दवाई भी लो गाइस, किसी का अगर बुखार है तो।
Does try to pepper down Divide, but he's been allowed to cross into the site, completely surrounded. You can see Brock wrapping around through Waterfall side. It's probably not something you'd be expecting. Arcros has been invested onto the site. Divide creeping forward, but surely should get caught on the cross here by Brock. Not quite.
He's still in it for now. First tap on the spike. Arcros already used. Positioning pretty open here.
भाई कोई पुश ही नहीं किया। एक मान के चलो उसने अगर नहीं छोड़ा होता, ठीक है, हाँ उसने जंप पिक किया फेड ने मेन से, अगर मान के चलो देख भी नहीं पाता, एंड उसने अगर नहीं छोड़ा होता, कर रहा होता, क्योंकि मरना तो था वैसे उसको, राइट। वो देखो वो देखो वो देखो उड़ता हुआ राइट क्लिक, वो देखो कोई मतलब बनता है इसका? हमारे वक्त तो नहीं रहता दोस्त।
Kind of bad for something there, as he saw a lot of heads, couldn't quite connect those shots over towards Mound, and Envy probably would have liked to have gotten one more kill. And just as so he found it Kiko.
देखो कॉम्बो देख रहे हो?
Just about 4 members.
वेट का सीज एंड
first kill onto Forsaken. Okay, Mata once again first blood, 2 rounds in a row.
Yeah, dealt with over on Rubble side, picking in with the horde, similar to what you saw from Ethan in that last round, but none of these classics are having any impact. NRG doing a really good job pushing this anti-eco away. Divide with a sheriff in hand, rotating in through spawn side, wants to try to trim down the numbers.
एक तो देख लिया।
You cannot be doing that.
What?
Okay, that's a problem. Especially if he gets another one here, but disgusting shots so far, and something in there as well. They just turned this one around.
Andy.
What? Something. That's ridiculous with the bandit. PRX are committing daily robbery right now to complete an eco win.
अरे टीपी क्यों करना था उसको?
Yep.
That was a
नहीं ओमेन को टीपी नहीं करना था।
Oh, the stars aligned.
ओपन में टीपी क्यों करना था? अरे ओपन में टीपी क्यों करना?
Players who have no idea that he's there. I mean, he was about to get one freebie, and the second freebie was like, yeah.
हाँ, but वो दवाई ने अच्छा मारा होता है.
Brutal, man.
टंग.
I feel bad for reacting because we're right in front of the players. I'm sure they probably.
ये वाला देखा. देखो मैं भी मार लेता हूँ गाइस साइड पे फीचर नहीं. ये तो मैं भी मार लेता हूँ कभी-कभी.
I'm not gonna lie. Regardless though, Forcebyte does come in here for NRG. Prowler going forward and PRX are very much fighting for this mount control.
Two casters falling to their knees in the EWC arena right now. The only audience at these two teams.
इनका सेंस बहुत ज़्यादा लो होता है पता है.
A nice TP in. Oh, Envy, you should have hit that one. That was almost free. 5 versus 4. He'll want that kill back.
Wall देखो.
Jing might just be able to get that kill back. Sees players, sees a spike on the floor, and Jing, okay, looking for number 3. And he's got it. Oh, PRX.
ऐसे क्या? ऐसे क्या?
Ace who opened up this round so nicely with the little bit of a shrouded step, crouch jiggle into B. Has got far too much work to do. Spike dropped outside of Mount.
But नहीं देगा क्या सो?
NRG trying to throw a little bit of a Hail Mary.
अरे वो स्किल ने भी नहीं जा रहा वो.
After a shocking eco defeat, or anti-eco defeat rather.
स्पाइक उन पे है तो इसके लिए नहीं चला इस बेटर वो सेव करेगा बेसिकली. उसके पास गन है ना, वैंडल सेव करेगा, उसके पास पैसे नहीं है. मे बी लास्ट के 15 सेकंड्स पे इसके लिए जा सकते हैं. जिंग रेज इज रेजिंग या जिंग उस दिन बोला था विंग्स के स्ट्रीम पे जब वो आया था ना विंग्स के इधर, तो बोलता है कि रेज अगर तुम्हें खेलना है तो सब अच्छी तरीके से खेलना है, तो सैचिल करना तुम्हें आना चाहिए, सबसे ज़्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट होता है वो. अभी आया हुआ है इसके लिए एंड सुन लिया उसने.
Kiko, this is just such a favorable angle for the Omen, though. There's no way you check this as Jing.
Anti-day.
Kiko probably dies anyway, but
Anti-day.
Jing would have loved
1v4 coming.
Paranoia out, but Forsaken jumps
Too
straight on top of him.
2-1 for
PRX. Another great start to a half here. Money will be broken for NRG.
Yeah.
I'm sure
चलो 7 राउंड होगा. ये वाला इन लोगों का तो.
This is unfortunately going to be an emotional roller coaster for them.
Look at this again, the opening 3 coming on.
हमारा है वे सैचिला. ये जो सैचिल होते हैं ना सबसे ज़्यादा इम्पोर्टेंट होता है अगर तुम रेस खेल रहे हो तो. जिंग ने खुद बोला ये बिंग्स के स्ट्रीम पे. मेरी चैट इतनी लेट क्यों जा रही है? तुम्हारा नेटवर्क जीजी या फिर रिफ्रेश करके चैट करो. भाई एक मार दिया भाई जज लेके. मारा 60 पे गया है. कुछ भी मार रहा है. टंग 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 टंग. ये राउंड है. स्टाइलो हाँ बोलो. बोलो क्या बोल रहे हो?
Just classics and abandoned on Scuba.
Low HP on Marta as well.
अरे
PRX, happy to chill.
20 HP Marta.
NRG are going to do here share covering over towards Mound. B is mostly open.
वे लोग किधर ही खड़े हुए हैं. देखो ये लोग कुछ नहीं कर रहे, कुछ नहीं कर रहे. और हम लोग क्या करते हैं, हमारा सेव राउंड होता भी तो हम लोग पुश कर देते हैं. पाइक प्लांट होना चाहिए. इफ इस गेम में ऑनलाइन आया तो कुछ दिखाता हूँ. हाँ इसके बाद मैं जाऊँगा ना ऑनलाइन खा के, मतलब खाने जाऊँगा तो उसके बाद क्या चाहिए. 3-1 प्रेडिक्शन बताओ. प्रेडिक्शन लोटस का प्रेडिक्शन बताओ.
Start running away with things. NRG once again going to have to take the hard road here.
Prediction बोलो प्रेडिक्शन क्या है लोटस का?
Their way into this attacking half of Lotus. This is their map pick though.
बाय कर लिया क्या आपने वो स्किन? Is it?
The real disappointing thing is, you know,
nice यार. Congratulations पहले से अगर बाय किया हो तो. अगर नहीं किया हो तो फिर भी congratulations for that.
PRX on Fracture.
ठीक है guys इसी बात पे थोड़ा सा है वो मैं ये बोल रहा था
And this is looking very good for NRG.
Ching doesn't even get a shot in there. That could have been at least one kill coming on through. A little something more for PRX to work with. NRG now should be able to get themselves onto site. Still something to deal with here as the paint shells will just push them off. Haven't even had a chance to talk about the fact that something is playing on the operator here, and at some stage with the numbers in 2 versus 5, how badly does PRX want this retake?
अच्छा नहीं लिया अभी तक क्या यार नहीं गंदे होता हूँ समथिंग बस ऑफ है और आपको सभी को पता है समथिंग बस ऑफ होता है तो क्या होता है और भले ही जीत हो चुका है इधर
Scuba on the off angle might have a good timing here onto something, and if he could take the operator away, that's going to make this one a little bit more expensive for PRX, honestly.
Yeah, I don't think something really wants to walk too far forward though, wants to hide away a little bit deeper on site if possible. So the two teams will handshake this one away, I believe, as you're not even really playing for exits here.
कौन सा माउस
hold on to what guns you hand.
वो ले लेंगे ना लॉजिटेक का या फिर रेजर का अदर का ज्यादा प्राइस का माउस लेके मैं क्या करूंगा राइट
Not ideal, but still good enough from NRG, who now go into yet another
रेजर या फिर लॉजिटेक का ले लूंगा ना 101 वाला या फिर देर का रेजर जो 1200 रुपए वाला जो है अगर देती हो तुम लोग रेजर का ले सेम प्राइस में है फार बेटर है तो उसके लिए डोनेट करो
Yeah, over on front B, that has been
a
point of contention here. You're going to have to
मैं 2 साल से यूज कर रहा क्या बात है नाइस अभी भी है क्या तुम वो
kind of soft cleared by PRX who
ओडिन लिया वे ब्रॉक ने आ गया ब्रॉक आ गया अपने पे ओडिन है उस पे
so they don't actually have a prowler to push him away. They're trying to throw out a dart.
पहले मैच में उसने ओडिन नहीं की थी
set him up on the line courtesy of Envy, and NRG just going to respect it.
अच्छी बात है फिर तो पहले मैच पे ब्रॉक ने ओडिन नहीं की थी if I'm not wrong.
It's a big group up for PRX over towards Mound. Still yet to see where NRG want to really seriously start to make some moves.
Yeah, just playing retake A here. They still have the shear wall, so they're quite happy to lean towards C and the front B info line. Door gets tickled by NRG.
ग्लोबल स्पोर्ट्स का मैच है ठीक है मैं चला खेलने बाय 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 What is going on here? कौन सी है क्या कौन सी है देख रहे हो इनका जो एम है ये अटक जाता है बेसिकली स्लो सेंस यूज करते हैं बेसिकली बट फिर हाई सेंस यूज करते हैं उनका भी एम अटक जाता है लाइक हिलता नहीं है उधर से ज़्यादा मुझे भी चाहिए माउस मेरे को भी चाहिए यार डोनेट करो थोड़ा सा हेल्प करो 10 HP
Jingle, if we
hear
the sounds of victory, and we do from Arda. Big shots in, Ray's going well. Celebratory paint shells, we lock in 3-3 now. Finding some real success on to be where, hey, PRX have also been wanting to place more of their own resources on that side of the map. Something trying really hard to
for what?
This operator. And the no scope just is unfortunately not
ये तो unexpected था
just a bit of an awkward exchange today, unfortunately. And Brock, even though he does go down, I think you're happy with the 1-for-1 onto something, especially because you've already been able to dump the steel guard and wrap around from Mata was perfection. PRX, it just felt like they had
गलती से 10 सिलेक्ट हो गया गाइस थोड़ा सा डोनिंग करी वो मजा आया हमें ओनली किजाशी हेलो किजाशी कौन सा किजाशी हो वेलकम टू द स्ट्रीम बाय द वे कैसे हो आप ये क्या मैं जिस किजाशी को जानता हूँ वो किजाशी है या फिर कोई और है is it who is it
so far has been the one to talk about with eco win coming through from PRX really setting the table
क्या आप न्यू किस हो मेरे चैनल पे? टाइम एलेक्स भाई डांट रहे होंगे अभी.
or deficit at all compared to where Fracture was.
I think they're doing quite well for themselves.
Same, just change my username. Acha. Okay, welcome to the stream.
Honestly, they've just picked themselves back
Only
up by their
Kizashi.
bootstraps, and it's only
But वो नाम भी अच्छा था ना, Mango
Paper
can't play.
X can even continue
It's
to
good
buy
name.
here on the defense.
They can't afford an operator for something. That'll be one thing gone off the table.
Brock आया Odin पे guys.
Odin is back in play. A lot of util being exchanged here. Forsaken tucked away. Has to reveal the fact that he shoots the haunt, but Jing's the one that actually gets the kill through the smoke. Not it down.
Great opener.
और बताओ क्या हालचाल, कैसे तुम लोग? तुम कैसे हो? कैसे भाई? कैसे चल रही है तुम्हारी जिंदगी? कैसे वैसे सोच रहे होंगे इसको कैसे मिला परमिशन? क्यों देख रहे हो वॉच पार्टी? What?
It's a crazy read, Ethan. Understanding that something or somebody will be behind that box and rewarded. But now look at this. Forsaken nearly had the second.
उसको भी मार सकता था.
Paper X, Envy still in play though. 2 versus 2. Nightfall ready to go. Wants to rip that one through. No issues. Brock now behind that same box, and he's going to take it down by Divine.
Nice.
Doubling up here for PRX's 4th.
Come on, hey, come on.
NRG not quite able to keep the streak of rounds.
But you are getting better views in watch parties than normal streams. Nah. वो होता है तब, yeah, it's not that वो कि मैं views के लिए watch party कर रहा हूँ. मेरे को करना था basically. थोड़ा सा. उसने early किया था क्या? वाइपर ने? वाइपर ने early किया था ना?
It's just a very back and forth game of Lotus here.
नहीं वाइपर ने early नहीं किया था. मेरे को लगा अच्छा वो smoke था उसका. नहीं यार something का एम नहीं चल रहा है guys.
Very unfortunate there.
Not ideal. Envy pushed off by the Viper wall.
थोड़ा थोड़ा चल रहा. मैं ज़्यादा मर जा रहा है वो. अरे चिंग यार.
But at least making Envy uncomfortable enough for NRG to claim the site.
Trying to do some damage on a Brock or even get a kill, but not quite there as Marta converts onto Forsaken. 2 left alive. Now look, we've seen PRX win a 2v5 before, but Divine and Jing gonna have to do a little bit more than that. It's only Divine left. 1v4 ultimate in hand.
एक को लेके जाएगा maybe. Maybe एक को लेके जाएगा.
Certainly get some shots in, but look at the money situation.
Yeah, नहीं है ना मैंने. Oh my god.
Both teams a little bit lower on the cash, so they want to maximize the guns and not give Divide any chances of completing this clutch, let alone
एक को तो लेके जाएगा for sure.
Does Divide even want to go for? That's my question, because it just doesn't have the money to play with.
Save कर रहा है.
Hold on to the Vandal, but consequently NRG, who are also quite light on the cash,
और अगर हम होते तो सेव भी नहीं करने देते उसको.
Very nice clap back to even things up for a piece.
घुस के मारते. घुसो.
Right. Shut down against something's Blade Storm. Everyone winning their ones.
और बता कैसी चल रही है? क्या बोला नहीं तुमने कैसे हो तुम? अरे.
Well, the clutch is not going to be possible. So once again we find ourselves all evened up 4-4 on Lotus. By the only gun in the hand.
कल जी का मैच है ना? जी के पहले किसका मैच है कल? जिंग देखा? जिंग का सैचल देखा? इसलिए बोला था मैंने तब बोला ना कि सैचल इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. तुम्हें सैचल अच्छी तरीके से करना आना चाहिए अगर तुम रेस खेल रहे हो तो. रेस में मास्टर करना चाहते हो तो सैचल इज द मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट. ना 4 सेकंड ना जिंग भले ही तुम भाई नहीं था तुम लोगों पे, बट ऐसे थोड़ी यार, ऐसे थोड़ी होता है.
As mentioned before, NRG very familiar with Paper X and all of their antics and quite happy to play around them.
Jing desperate to find that gun there, dropped by Forsaken. And the hand me down will not be passed over.
It's going to be a very good half for NRG, especially after they get E-Code round 2. Like, they're going to go up 5-4 with massive economy. A lot of ults coming off online here towards the tail end of the half. Like, I'm very impressed that they've been able to actually put themselves in a winning position on this attacking side of Lotus, given how this started.
I mean, the same situation on Fracture would have led PRX to quite the lead, but here on NRG, they're about to find the 5-4 here, especially with that kill into Envy, and still one gun left in the hands of Devi, and at the end of this one, he has to start asking the question again. Does he just go for the save?
30 seconds left.
Potentially so. Not much for something to do there. NRG starting to really condition this A side. They've been kind of battering down the door
सेव ही करेगा उससे वैंडल है
in the row here. Seen PaperX
उससे वैंडल है वो सेव ही करेगा
has been pretty unsuccessful 2 rounds in a row. Something's Blade Storm, and then you saw that cheeky little play trying to go for the haunt scan. Have to maybe try to rethink the approach, maybe especially with the Steel Garden, move the Vice over to play retake A. It's definitely a viable option. PaperX have had a fair bit of success kind of fighting in the middle of the map and dominating C Mound.
That'd be an okay time for a timeout for PRX as well, as they will recover some of their economy for that next round. And a couple of ultimates to play in there. Showstopper I'm looking at. Both of Vices looking at Steel Garden here. Contact found, Divide. Okay, he's happy with that one. How much of a chase do NRG want to go on?
They've got really great money, so honestly, they can throw as many guns at this as they want to. But, as it stands, don't want to go through all of the effort and the trouble of digging of a Divide out of a fully set up C site. And NRG claimed the lead here, 5-4. Only a couple of rounds left to play, and NRG have got plenty of money. They've got plenty of ults to play with. Really, the onus is back on PaperX to try to conjure a little bit more magic, because they've been falling flat in the last couple.
Yeah, a couple of opportunities there. Something, like you said, not much to do, but maybe a cheeky headshot would have landed in a kill. So no timeout, but PRX still, again, really needs something out of this. Their economy is in the dumps and something back on the up. Half armors across the board for everybody. Can't even quite afford everything now. Has something, would like a shot here. Dash ready to go, but NRG do not bite on the hook.
Saken peppering down at least one player outside of A there. Scuba a little worse for wear, but the regen shield will help him come back up to a little bit more of a healthy status, as NRG looking to pick up the pace towards C here with the Nightfall.
Haven't seen much out of C for NRG so far, so this time they're going to really commit into it. Shea will slow things down. With the Nightfall in play, PRX fully respecting something is ready once again. Paranoia will be pushing players off slightly, but just no one in the sightlines. He will reveal the operator once more.
Yeah, Steel Garden's getting traded, waiting for the Raze ult to kick this one off in combination with the Paranoia. In goes the Viper's Pit from NRG. It's a pretty deep one to try to zone Waterfall away and make things difficult for PaperX.
Bro, क्या ult है ये?
That's the only who's looking for. It doesn't seem harder.
क्या ult है ये?
Gets the trade, so there is still a 4 versus 4 against something. He wanted that operator kill for so long. Gets it onto Kiko. Opportunity now. Envy onto Brock. 2 left. Scuba and Ethan to hold on, and they can't do it. Scuba needs to do a lot of work here. But something's got his number. We're back to evens, 5-5.
Yeah, I mean, I'm surprised PaperX was able to put that retake together, given that the Showstopper had 0 impact on the retake there. The pit ends up kind of working against NRG. I understand they were really trying to dig their heels into Waterfall and give themselves an avenue to play towards long, but unfortunately, it just ends up being a big smoke to obscure the fact that
replay. एक सेकंड जब ब्लाइंड में मारा था उसे ट्रेड लिया समथिंग ने इधर मारा अच्छा पूरा आ गया इधर ओके
Like I said earlier, PRX needed to make that one work.
Combo कर रहे हैं.
Get this one underway because Jing.
No, इधर है. सचिन का sound आ गया.
Playing off that smoke.
That's a classic set play from PaperX. Going fishing
for
a
pick
outside of C, but unfortunately not able to get it. Scuba lurking outside of A here. Has Defiant something to contend with.
देख रहा है
something caught a whiff of it. Indeed, you see the pin come out, but
pin किया देखा उसने.
Going up for Scuba, he's going to be able to skulk away as NRG start to work mount control.
Okay, here reclearing rather. Oh. For a second doesn't TP out in time.
ऐसा मेरे साथ भी होता है guys. Chamber लेके. If you know.
Late to the party,
unfortunately. Whoever is such an OG agent in pro players. Yeah, whoever is a good agent.
Yeah. PaperX are so far out of position here. Have to take a long way back on into it. That is
वही कुछ नहीं कर सकते. वो तोड़ भी नहीं रहा. उसको लगा था कि जब वो फायर करने जाएगा तो दे देगा. कुछ नहीं कर सकता.
Perfectly played by Jing.
Something पे ऑफ अभी है ना या
either side. Prowler in first. CT clear so far.
Scuba को देखो. Scuba को देखो.
For the long flank. Wait for that activation.
बट वो वॉल पे.
Big shot onto Ethan. Divide. Gets a kill to block as well. Okay. 1 versus 1. Does he have the shot? Oh, Scuba's got to come in.
Nah.
Door is closing, brother. No, he's just
Nah.
Can't even leave the site. That door timing's wild.
Perfectly played there by Scuba. Just tapping the door. Divide just endlessly waiting for him to peek, but never quite gets the peek that he was looking for. And NRG, nice open plant for them. I think Scuba was so far away, I was getting a little bit concerned he wouldn't have a chance to get involved in the round, but plays it perfectly in the 1v1. Forsaken, fortunately, out on an island there. I mean, yeah, that was fantastic from Jing. Honestly, PRX, it's crazy that they keep making some of these rounds so competitive because they were so far behind positionally after they lost Forsaken there. NRG was basically given a free C site.
There we go, once again, making similar plays here, but this time it's Marta going in on a 1 HP.
Nah, 4 second पे game है, 4 second के pause देखो. But I didn't know. 4 second नहीं था, sorry, never mind, my bad. 4 second नहीं था.
Has to find this next shot. Dash is about to fade away, and 3 members from NRG is too many from the handle.
Nice shot.
To do there. Well traded by NRG. What a resurgence to get 7 rounds on the
my bad, guys, my bad.
The fact that they get eco'd after the pistol. Really,
so भाई क्या लग रहा है तुम्हें?
Could see why they picked Lotus into this series.
पानी पी लो guys, पानी पी लो.
They're going on to defense now.
Stay hydrated.
Double controller. I'd imagine that they're going to be quite pleased with themselves.
Starting to really win things over towards that mound side of things as well.
अरे ये वाला मैच बहुत लेट स्टार्ट किया ना. ठीक है, नहीं तो मेरे पास बहुत टाइम था स्ट्रीम करने का अलग से भी गेम खेल के, तो मैं नहीं कर सकता. मेरे को इस मैच के बाद खाने के लिए ले जाना होगा, बंद कर देना होगा स्ट्रीम पूरा.
Unfortunately, the deficit ended up being a little bit too big for them, despite the fact that it took a couple extra timeouts from the PRX side to even dig in for that 13th round here on Lotus.
अब यार एलेक्स भाई को नहीं दिखा रहे गाइस. एलेक्स अंकिल होगा, भाई थोड़ी होगा मेरा. एलेक्स अंकिल को नहीं दिखा रहे गाइस. उनको देखने में मजा आता है, नॉट गोना लाई. वो गुस्सा हो जाते हैं भाई. टेबल को फोड़ने लगते हैं. इतना मारते टेबल में हाथ अपना. Why is this very popular initiator?
Need to take B main, throw a prowler. You need to take C mount, throw a prowler. Clear rubble, throw a prowler at it. Use the haunt on.
Why is का popular initiator है? Initiator? ऐसे ही तो कुछ बोला, अगर मैंने ठीक से नहीं सुना तो. Caster?
Mimic this kind of raise jet burst comp because the guiding light just gives you more burst potential. You go from contacting, making no noise at all, to guiding light, satchel dash straight into the side.
RG का sponsor है वो. NRG.
Sounds a lot more like PRX's traditional playstyle as well. Double duelist.
मैं पता है YouTube ऐसे टूल को स्पॉन्सर कर रही है EWC के लिए. If you know that. कल आया था अनाउंसमेंट. भाई पूरा YouTube ही उन्होंने कर लिया अपना स्पॉन्सर.
Going to be troublesome regardless though.
Main sponsor basically.
Over A Rubble right off the bat.
We'll see how PRX manages this situation. 4 members from NRG on their side, and one scan already out onto Marta's. That location has been revealed. Wall's going to slow things down somewhat, and Marta's just taking util damage from all angles.
PRX not liking the way that A is feeling right now. They've taken a little bit of a chunk out of Brook and Marta as mentioned, so I feel like they kind of win that exchange to some regard. Marta taking a little bit of a risk, looking for information, punished by something to give PRX the opener.
And PRX slowed down, walked back a little bit, then re-entered. Now NRG are interested once more again, so the wall to play off. Door tagged as well. Brock, reminder, one of the low HP members.
All of NRG are here though. PRX ready for the swing with the Paranoia is excellent to make them very uncomfortable. Paranoia back in response for PRX. Very much fighting for control of Rubble here. This will definitely decide the pistol round. Scuba with 2 into a 1v1. Can Divide clutch yet another pistol for PRX?
फिर से 1v1.
Swing in from Scuba.
NT.
To give NRG yet another great start to a half.
A big celebration from NRG as well from their side of the stage. Second pistol picked up in this map, and question now will be, can they actually convert that into a string of wins? That second round eco from the first half still in the back of everyone's mind here. But obviously, massive trades back and forth over towards Rubble. The re-entry from PRX as well. But a 1v1, Scuba takes away from Divine, who's been so sharp
World
today
champion.
in the series. And Scuba showing, okay.
पिछले साल का.
PaperX with a couple of upgraded pistols here on the eco. Divine can't do much against an outlaw on an angle like that. Up inside of the progression dark cover here. PaperX wait for the door to close before they make their next move.
Yeah, Marta's already basically cleared over towards Mound, relieves pressure away. NRG starting to rotate. Now the opening coming through. That is going to be Paranoia. Dodged out. Kiko would like to hit some of these shots, get some damage in there. Forsaken on 1 HP. And now they're just waiting for Kiko to see if that can be a kill. Ethan looking over towards the left, but doesn't quite manage to get a shot into play. Jing cleans up. Scuba gets Jing down, and now over towards the drop. Just back and forth. 2 versus 3 now. Still plenty of damage, even if PRX lose the round. But will they lose the round?
Player standing.
Now they probably will.
Yeah, blue flank from Brock and Scuba. It's coming in tandem. I mean, the Lemmings made it into the site, and they had teeth, man. Actually took a couple of guns away from NRG. They were in pretty good positions to just shut that down outright, especially with the easy opening pick over on Mount side. But well, PaperX do a good job keeping it interesting. Put themselves in very annoying positions. I mean, you can see them kind of tucked in under drop.
थर्ड मैप पे जाएगा तो मेरा थोड़ा जीजी है. मैं खाने जाने वाला हूँ बेसिकली.
Frustrating death for Ethan on that one. The rest of the players in a
It is going to map 3. I hear.
Shenanigans from Forsaken.
हाँ मेरे को भी लग रहा है थर्ड मैप जाएगा. बट मेरे को खाने भी जाना है बेसिकली. मैं चला के जाऊँगा. देख लेना.
Almost had multiple players caught on the side of NRG. They dodge it
I can
nicely.
off stream कर सकता हूँ मतलब. Off stream कर सकता हूँ. और ये भूख लगा है. Not gonna lie.
Going to be a little bit harder to break through that.
So Boombot Prowler Claire coming through from NRG.
PRX का राउंड है. ये वाला राउंड अगर PaperX हार गई मैं कुछ नहीं बोल सकता. क्योंकि उन पे बाय नहीं है. Eco पे वो लोग.
In the right position here, but Brock's only got a Spectre and a lot of work to do. There's the burst into the site that I was talking about. The TP up on top.
Good
Not
first,
necessarily ideal for Forsaken, and these are some more.
Bro, what?
A lot of players here for NRG, but PaperX finally break through.
Okay,
1v2.
Really getting some good damage in there. Something on basically 1 HP.
Hello.
Which is a big flank. PRX weren't ready for it. And now something is just going to end up potentially saving this one. He's just. Well, he's a 1 versus 2, but the HP situation is rough. He's going to go for a potential long flank. Still got
4 सेकंड मेरी तरह दिमाग लगा रहा है. बहुत जल्दी long वो करना, but
and that's a 10th round for NRG. Bonus converted. They are running away with Lotus right now.
Yeah, this is looking fantastic for NRG. As honestly, before the flank from Marta and Co came on through onto door, it was looking PRX's way for quite some time.
round हार गए वो.
That's where you look at NRG, not only the
vibe,
but also just how annoying they were being for PaperX to kind of isolate and hunt down.
मेरा call आ चुका है वैसे. Just saying मेरा call आ चुका है वैसे.
If PaperX had made it safely into the site like 5 seconds sooner, that's probably their round.
Well, PRX facing the pressure now, will be taking a timeout. They are quite in the hole in terms
ऐसा
of
नहीं वो नहीं था ना. माइक अगर होता मैं नहीं माइक लेके चला जाता. इधर चलता फोन पे चलता. फोन पे मैं देखता. तो क्या बोल रहा.
Rounds go by, it's looking more and more comfortable for NRG, and the likelihood of us going to a map 3 is starting to look really real.
Sunset है ना. ब्रीज है मैं 3 ब्रीज.
PaperX have very much dug themselves a hole here, though. Coming out of this timeout will be on a half buy on this attacking side, where it feels like they're getting shot down more often than not by NRG, who are playing an excellent
Food
game.
लेकर आ जाओ रूम.
Very well rounded.
मैं not allowed.
In the server as well. Like no one is.
Look, it's not allowed अगर अंडा हुआ तो.
From both teams, really.
It's not allowed. Basically, it's not allowed. Basically, क्योंकि मंदिर है ना बाजू में. मंदिर क्रॉस करके आना होगा मेरे को अगर आना है. कोई दिक्कत है. मंदिर को क्रॉस करके आना होगा. तो वो जो है. हाँ तो वो जो है थोड़ा सा जीजिए ब्रॉक भाई अपने आइकॉनिक.
That Prowler certainly will be able to see Divide revealing the
yeah,
through that wall as well. Bit of a clear coming through the rubble side from Envy.
Third map.
Outlaw out yet again, looking to farm himself up a showstopper. He's halfway to it.
अगर कोई देख ना शर्ट अगर कोई देखता तो मैं वीसी में चला जाता तो वो तुमसे मतलब चैट तुम लोगों से बात कर लेता देखता
You can tell that shot put the fear into PRX as well. Okay, tap the wall.
I have the spike.
Trigger the orb as well. Just wait this one out. Slow things down. 40 seconds left to play through. End on C. Playing pretty far back.
Just saying, जिंग के उस एस के बाद जिंग का कोई वो नहीं देखा मैंने अभी तक अच्छे खासे किल. Just saying, एस तो नहीं हुआ वो वाला but उसके बाद.
Well, they got to go for that plant sooner rather than later. Big damage.
Bruh.
Finds his mark onto something inside the smoke. No problem. Scuba on the guy as well. Now Jing. Yeah, just see if we can get a kill here or two. Help the economy.
Short. Nice one.
Showstopper one off now, courtesy of those two shots.
दो गन करा दिए
NRG will complete the retake nonetheless.
एक के पास भाई नहीं होगा.
11 found.
नहीं दे देंगे वो.
Remember
Ethan दे देगा भाई.
5 that we saw on Fracture the other way around. Well, PRX on the 5.
Yeah, Ethan भाई दे देगा.
NRG was able to make a little bit of a comeback. PRX after that tack timeout, we'll need to think about where this gun round's gonna go.
Going into their attack timeout, they definitely would have been more so chatting about the adaptation and heading into this gun round. So let's see what they prepped up here. The half buy is one thing. Plans may have changed, especially when you're considering the orb control. You're now one off two pretty big ults here for PRX.
Yeah.
It's up to NRG to kind of deny those orbs.
Operator in hand. Something. Really keen for
nice shot.
A little bit more. Good spot on a Forsaken. Knows his tricks. Knows where he's going to end up being with that TP.
Just a flick one tap. Devastating to lose your smokes on the attacking side 5 seconds into the round. Just a disgusting shot from Kiko. And anything that you discuss on PRX is very quickly getting much more difficult for you.
Yeah, it's going to have to end up being relying on the Cloudburst smokes or relying on that Nightfall now. His Devi is under pressure. Oh, he's lucky to survive that scenario. In fact, he was looking for that kill.
I'm surprised he almost got Mana there. Honestly, had no business doing anything at that point. 3 on 5 here for PRX. Off angle from Scuba is looking pretty dirty.
This round is
a dumpster
fire. I hate to say it, but kind of in the bin at the moment. As Scuba just drops something from behind his neck.
Yeah.
I mean, what can you do here now? 2 versus 5. You don't feel good about giving up the round. It's about to be 12 for NRG. PRX kind of in the bin at the moment. This feels terrible for them.
Yep. Only thinking about Breeze at this point. All picked up by Envy. 30 seconds on the clock. I feel like I'm watching the Masters Grand Final all over again, like a stop map for PRX. Oh no, we're so back, we're so done. Hopefully on Breeze we're so back.
We just speed ran Fracture straight into Lotus from that Grand Final. Really, we skipped the other 3 maps in the middle. Time this one out. PRX, it sucks to be in a position where you got to save on this round to give the 12 over to NRG,
especially after the attack timeout. Brock entering with the Odin. A little bit of a jiggle for Ethan there. They're well aware of where Envy is. He won't make it away with the operator, so something will be a little bit more empty-handed. And PRX, they've got all of the ults, but none of the money up against map point here for NRG.
That round went from bad to worse with no recovery on the op. It just starts, like you said, you lose Forsaken like 5 seconds in, smoke's gone. Something trying to make something happen over on towards B and just gets dropped from behind. No chance to recover there. And they're basically on 5 ults.
I mean, that's the kind of round that NRG does, though. I remember that America's like lower final, I think it was, against MIBR, where every round just feels hopeless. He gets
third map aa rahe guys.
In goes that showstopper for Jing.
Let's see if we can find some hope. Jing really looking for it. Just gonna have to throw that rocket out. Lots of ultimates being played in, and something again just doesn't really add anything. As Ethan drops him almost immediately. Brock on the other side of that door, spamming through Jing. Made his way onto site, but they're just losing members. They're just continually losing more. NRG are going to make this one look easy. 2 left, down to 1. Forsaken versus the world. And despite the rocket going sideways, NRG is the world. Forsaken can't even run. 13 and 5.
Yay!
Really, really nice recovery.
Good man.
I feel like they were definitely competitive in that first map. But rough starts to both of the halves. I think they very much showed their quality here on Lotus. Both halves definitely look
Good match. Good match. कोई ना. NT. GG's. GG's. कोई ना. अगर मैं सर्च करूँ ऐसे EWC live watch party मेरा चैनल किधर आ रहा है? आ भी रहा है कि नहीं आ रहा? गाइस नहीं आ रहा गाइस मेरा चैनल. इधर है आया 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 इधर है. ये है मेरा चैनल. सब्सक्राइब करेगा. इस कितने नंबर पे है वैसे? 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 12 13 नंबर पे 13 नंबर पे 13 नंबर पे तुम्हारा भाई है गाइस. जस्ट सेइंग. तो लाइक करे पहले. ठीक है पहले लाइक करे उसके उसके बाद सब्सक्राइब करे.
We got judges coming out, headshots galore. Who had the biggest impact as this game swung back in favor of NRG?
Literally everyone. Like they might have had like 1 or 2.
ठीक है कुछ तो चल रहा है इनके चैट पे. सब्सक्राइब करो ऐसे तो कर देना सब्सक्राइब. क्या सब्सक्राइब करना है? चलो थर्ड मैप देखना है क्या बताओ? देखना है थर्ड मैप आप लोगों को? तो मैं मतलब ऐसे रख के जाता हूँ क्योंकि अभी टाइम लगेंगे लाइक 10 मिनट तो लगेंगे हम लोग खाने के लिए. मैं खा के आ जाता हूँ. ठीक है मैं हूँ ठीक है मैं खा के आ जाता हूँ. स्पोर्ट्स वाले फैन नहीं है आज नहीं आए. गंदे लोग स्पोर्ट्स वाले फैन थे आके चले गए वो अलग बात है. कुछ जो थे वो नहीं आए गंदे. ने अनाउंसमेंट डाला कितना अच्छा सा फिर भी नहीं सुने इन लोग. ओके देखो मैं आता हूँ. ठीक है आता हूँ थर्ड मैप देखेंगे. ज़्यादा टाइम नहीं लगेगा मेरे को 10 मिनट लगेंगे. ठीक है I have a rights मतलब कुछ नहीं होगा.
Which you know, like I said, maybe a stylistic difference there and a mismatch in terms of what they would normally do. Double
I have to like break लेगा तो ठीक है देख लो तुम लोग देखते रहो.
The flashes and your two duelists getting into the mix,
especially playing into a Viper, like just flash to the Viper wall, bro. Yeah.
The Viper causing problems. We'll see if the controllers continue to crush. 13-5 is a nice score. Can we do it again, or are we going to go to ultra overtime? We're already overtime here on the set, but I'm happy to stay here all day with you two gentlemen. I don't think we're going to breaks. We're just hanging out for a minute. Avril, how are you feeling?
I mean, we're going to full 3 maps in the BO3 between PRX and NRG. This is what we wanted. We might be staying extra. The fans might be watching a little bit extra here, but this is the game that people were waiting for, and it's delivering. We're going to all 3.
Absolutely, and I didn't even write down our third map because you were so confident in PRX. So talk to me about how this map was decided through the bans and protects, the veto process, and who should have the edge statistically coming in.
I feel like it's an up and down map for PRX, but if they're kind of clicking today, then they should be reasonably confident on it. Like I said, both of these teams can kind of play all 3 maps in the veto. As far as I'm concerned, I'm just hoping for a third map gigabanger.
Yeah, I'd like to see, you know, obviously I think the Jet's definitely coming back for something, back on the operator. Found like kind of mid-success on Lotus, so getting the opportunity for him to take over the map would be pretty big for PRX.
Solid stuff all around. Both teams taking one map. We've got a third map potentially loading up. And as you can see, the players are not on the stage. So we're going to go to a short break. When we come back, the players will be in their seats and we'll be jumping right into the action. Stay tuned. It's EWC.
Play is in our DNA. Whenever we let it out, it becomes our superpower. Now imagine an entire city being built to supercharge it. Kadir City, powered by play.
We were there. For every click, every clutch, every respawn. We were there for the years of grind. And we're here. Now. The proud founding partner of EWC. Powering the biggest event in gaming. Shoulder to shoulder with the world's best. Making history. Greatness deserves a stage. Lenovo Legion. Reach your impossible. Play is in our DNA. Whenever we let it out, it becomes our superpower. Now imagine an entire city being built to supercharge it. Kadir City, powered by play.
We really appreciate about this event because it's very huge event and we can compete with really great opponent in the world. We will do our best, but one of our main roster player cannot be here because of some surgery he had. So I'm not sure we can be really good. We will do our best.
我觉得不是很坏吧，但还没有达到我们理想的成绩。圣地亚哥的话，其实就是输掉了嘛。然后伦敦的话，其实我们本来有非常大的信心去拿下冠军的，那最后可惜就是自己没有把握住嘛，没有达到最好吧，但也还可以接受。我觉得当时是奥特曼来到之后，在磨合，我们在适应教练的风格吧。教练组的分工其实也比较不明确，就大家团队里面都比较混乱，感觉。 最后还是差一点吧，尤其是打勒维坦，就是第3张图的时候，指挥的时候我没有扛住，我觉得可能会有点难，但我相信我们可以做到。
I'm very happy that we managed to qualify to EWC because it's a very big step for us. We don't really care about the enemies we're playing against. There's PRX who were top 2 in Masters and also Vitality top 4. Of course, they're insane teams, but if we manage to get out of this group, then we have a high chance winning the whole tournament.
He's got a teammate.
It was 2v5. It was Narrate and Lewan. They were alive. I see them both in insane positions, and I thought we could actually win this round. And then they got kill after kill after kill. Then it's 1v1. And my heartbeat is like 180, and I cannot do anything about it. He won it, and then I'm relieved. Going into playoffs is like my biggest dream I did back then in KCX, so it was very insane. There was 30k people just rooting for us, playing against Koi. It was the best moment of my life. No matter how good is the specs of the headset, you're still gonna hear if it's a big crowd. So they're gonna give us other momentum for sure. During stage 1, we had like, it was the worst split of my career, and I think for everyone in my team, and it was just super sad that we hard worked the whole year just to win something and we cannot. It was a good learning lesson for all of us, and it showed actually in EWC how well we learned from it. I think we had some issues with like our momentum, I would say. We're getting overconfident, we're doing so many mistakes, and then once we do these mistakes, we get low confidence. And then it turns from up to high, and then it's very hard to play like this. It was my rookie split as an IGL, so this was for sure a part of it because I did so many mistakes, but I learned from it. That's the most important, and yeah, I'm looking forward for EWC. I think Zeech worked a lot in our mental aspect more than in-game because we were all super sad. We went in a really bad rough times, and he worked into this, like he tried to make us stay alive again. In-game stuff is not as important as the connection between the players. The team has to be loving each other so they can be able to perform. If we manage to get out of this group, as I said, we're gonna for sure win the tournament. We might be the underdogs, but we're here to prove we're not.
Welcome back to the Esports World Cup. It's Chris Puckett here on your screen, and we are about to jump into the final fight of the night. PRX taking on NRG, and as these two predicted, we're going to a Game 3. Last map, though, much more of a convincing win than expected at 100 Thieves. I want to start with you, Avril. What do you see from the boys from Americas?
Yeah, NRG, the recovery after that brutal second round as well, losing the anti-eco. And we saw what happened on Fracture, where you just get this PRX string of a massive amount of rounds, 11-5, they had the lead. Opposite thing happens on Lotus. It's 11-5 the other way around, and NRG not only recovered, kept that spree going, massive punishes on the PRX side. And unfortunately for a player like Forsaken on PRX as well, he went like 0-9 in terms of first kills, first death. He died first like 9 times.
Some of the TVs are pretty ludicrous, I'm not going to lie. But I'm impressed by NRG. Not only the kind of resilience to be able to come back from losing that opening map, they got eco'd in the second round, as I kind of mentioned, but they also blew out PRX on a map that they know their way around very well.
Yeah.
I saw a request in the chat to see your back. Would you mind showcasing the dog? It's got flowers with it.
Yeah.
Who are we giving flowers to at the end of this fight? I was going to say something if he plays like he does in game number 1. On the other side, I'm eyeing Kiko. Let's go back to when you were popping off. I want to see a little bit more
You picked the only non-American player on the team. You picked the Brit.
Well, everyone loves a Brit. Have you met Big Time yet? This kid's amazing.
I've seen way too much of Big Time.
I would hang out with him every day, bunk beds and everything.
No, that's what I literally do. I live with him for the last 2 years.
In bunk beds?
It's sometimes in bunk beds. Hey.
Interesting.
Yeah, you got to grind.
I mean, we're on the hustle.
Big Time's one of the only people I know that can fit in a bunk bed, so.
That's true.
As a grown adult.
Was he on the top bunk or the bottom bunk?
Yeah,
you feel safe with him on top. Yeah, you're good. You're good.
Yeah. Sure.
We take a look here at that man, though. I would not feel comfortable with Mata above me. If you're looking at the agents, what are we locking in? Gentlemen, I am going to exit. Take it away. This is the decider. Who is going to jump to the top of the group, NRG or PRX?
I'll tell you what, Pilsky, the Harbor map comes on through for Breeze and NRG. I think one of the only teams that's still really keen to play this KO in there. Most teams I'm seeing are not really that down for it anymore. Double Enets coming on through for NRG versus the double duelist look of PRX.
That's a pretty popular comp in Pacific, honestly. Both T1 and RRQ had been running this during the regular Pacific season, so I think that this is going to be a comp that PRX are very familiar with. I know it says RRQ down there, but this is the third map between PRX and NRG, and stylistically, this is going to be double Enit versus double Duelist, the Something Jet and Forsaken Neon that they have been running a lot on this map. It's a map they've been very up and down of, but their last streak of maps, you look at them cutting their teeth on the very best teams in the world, and you can feel some degree of confidence here for PRX that they can close out this series. On the other side of things, NRG playing a lot of very strong teams over in Americas, but they haven't had as many international reps in the last 3 months on Breeze specifically.
Yeah, but overall, I mean, still looking at the things here, like Breeze has been a reasonable good map for both of these teams. Breeze was, unfortunately, one of the maps that NRG dropped allowed in the qualifier coming into this one. As we also remember the PRX side of things, Breeze was a map that they did beat Liv on in the grand final for London. However, bit of rough waters on that, actually. Not a very clear-cut victory for them. We'll see if they can make this one a lot more clear-cut now. Again, don't mind the fact that it says RRQ on the top. That is, in fact, PRX defensive side first, NRG attacking. Kick it off over towards shops.
Is it the third and decider map here, opening up the group? Winner will go on to take Vitality, I believe, in a qualification game for the playoffs. Loser will play Carmine Core in the elimination. NRG creeping their way in towards A main. Viper wall goes up, dash on in, and they've been given an open A site here. Divide trying to spam one down before the plant goes down, but NRG with the forward high tide will take all control here, including yellow.
Massive coverage. It's going to be Divide hiding behind the high tide and seeing a couple of shots come through on the opposite end as well. The rest of NRG, rather, PRX finally arrive.
Kiko up close and personal here. Not too much utility left over. Just the pistols here for NRG as PRX start to make their moves.
Envy took a little bit of damage early on. Hiding away is going to be Kiko, and he's completely shuts down two members of PRX. As soon as they spot in, 4 versus 3 now, Brock. All the way in the back. Forsaken doesn't even get to move, and Jing, nothing a response either. Falling apart as PRX, NRG, another pistol. 3 pistols in a row going their way.
Yeah, really nicely worked there from NRG, just keeping things simple. Creep up in towards A main, throw up the Viper wall, Sova Dart, and the dash on in, and when they recognize that it's a retake setup for PRX, they choose to even take a step forward. That is a big strength of the Harbor in combination with the Viper. Originally, we used to see this over on Icebox, where you're kind of segmenting the walls. But the Harbor gives you a little bit more flexibility in terms of where you actually want to control in terms of the site. So being able to kind of further extend that control gave PRX a few more troubles on the retake going forward.
All right, Knife will probably get info on 2 players. Forsaken and Something is potentially got the sniper out, actually.
Yeah, 2 marshals. I mean, this is pretty common on Breeze, but PRX in particular here do have a couple of upgrades to try to keep this one interesting.
Okay, Kiko there as well. Moving up through mid, walking into Something. He's been waiting for this opportunity.
Yep.
Buying up as well, given that what was the pistol going towards the NRG side of things? A very slow round. Look at the trappers well on the door side of things. Jing and Envy dodging out from the Viper molly as well. This could be very interesting. Should get checked though. 2 players there. Envy is the only one that actually gets somebody from the PRX side of things.
Pew, pew.
Yeah, both of the marshals here. Divide on the rotation over. Something not really able to do too much as the Viper wall goes up. Takes a chunk out of Kiko.
Unfortunate.
But look, not much to be done here as the wall gets dropped on PRX, and Divide not even able to take one more with him. Only Marta to go down here for NRG, and a pretty nice anti-eco.
Yeah, but PRX would have liked to see a little bit more coming through from the marshals. No one really biting over towards mid. The trap setup. Now the mid doors only delivering the 1 kill. That's after the fact that they dodged out from that molly as well. Once more, Ethan, the rest of NRG, defusing that situation. A device body shot on Kiko, not landing a kill either.
Fair bit invested in that round for PRX. He's going to hamstring the opening gun round a little bit. A couple of sets of light armor. Full buy up for NRG, who were kind of cutting corners there. Initial contact going the way of either one of these teams. Forsaken well aware there's a couple of players over towards B main. That's the 2nd time that Kiko has picked Forsaken on the jump spot, and this is a landslide for NRG.
Yeah, Forsaken's first deaths just keep going up, unfortunately, as the light armor gets a little bit lighter now, not in a good way for PRX. 5 versus 2. You know, a map and a half ago, I would have said maybe still winnable for PRX. Divide can certainly do it, but now the way this is going, looking like 3 in a row for NRG.
Yeah, they are all over this. just keeping things pretty simple here, using the double init just to be able to take control of the mains and springboard into these quicker executes. PaperX having a really tough time dealing with it.
So those first deaths, man. No trades either. Heavy investment on that second round. Double marshals being brought in. Doesn't allow every single member on the team to have a full buy on this round 3 rifle. Now you have to walk out tail tucked between your legs for PaperX. They even hold on to a couple of rifles here.
It's the best possible start for NRG, honestly. Like, the cash is already like 2+K on all of these players. They're about to win the bonus round, up 3-0 on the attacking side of Breeze. This is going to be a bit of a nightmare to navigate for PaperX.
Similar to what we saw in Fracture, but the opposite side around, right? I mean, we just saw the fact that you get those 5 in a row bonus converted as well after PaperX wins the pistol. They got both the pistols on Fracture now. 3 pistols in a row. Haven't seen anything come through from PRX. The timeout coming through super early.
See what they want to kind of construct around these 2 rifles that have been kept through from the opening gun round. Might be some marshals or sheriffs to be invested in. Maybe throw a shotty in the mix, especially if they want to contest a main or something like that. Up to PaperX to kind of pick themselves up. This has been a false start here on Breeze so far. NRG are looking pretty locked in, really running through with all of the momentum they garnered from stomping PaperX on Lotus, and Breeze looks like it's heading in much the same direction.
I mean, it really did say it earlier on, but it kind of feels like we're speed running the London finals in a way where get a very resounding win on Fracture that this time around actually kind of gets a lot more competitive, and then slowly but surely throughout the rest of the series, and this time just in BO3, confidence seems down as well. Some of those magic moments you get out of Fracture, you're just not getting anymore.
Let's see what they come up with here. Got a lot of work to do. I think the objective starts to move, especially when you have this good of a start on the attacking side from, you know, being able to string rounds together, being able to break the money to how many can we kind of chip in early on here? Got to kind of adjust your expectations. Forsaken really going to go for a guard in here. Down to $400. Indeed, he is investing quite a lot in this round. He feels like PaperX have a good chance to win it.
2 players with just the pistols out there as well, including something who's super far away from the Blade Storm. And PRX getting nice and active early on. A couple players wanting to move a little bit deeper into the mid. As NRG, full respect, they want to be prepared for the potential PRX doing something here.
Yeah, something very much saving for an operator heading in towards the next round. Ethan jiggling for the mid push. And he, it's courtesy really of this deep wall from PaperX. Makes NRG a little bit nervous that they will be taking some space over there. And sometimes they even just throw down that wall and then just play towards the mains. In this case, NRG really doing their due diligence, working their way through the map up. Elbow drone goes into middle.
Drone sees nothing. Smoke ends up being pretty useful there for PRX just to hide inside the cove. They don't see anything on the opposite end either. Time is running out. NRG have barely made moves. It's confusing PaperX a little bit.
I think they're making the right call here, though. Just dropping off Scooper in middle for the late lurk. He's able to play in front of this Viper wall, so it's not really troubling NRG too much as they group back up towards this A site. Similar to the pistol, it's just going to be Devi retake. The rest of PaperX have cleared all of B, but the execute's going to get in a little bit faster.
Full flash, and Devi isn't able to get anything. Forsaken once again. First death, very unfortunate. Brock will convert onto that long player Devi, who can't respond at all. And Devi had one of the only rifles.
Yeah, something with naught but a classic. Oh, there you go. He's picked up the Vandal. Wants to try to make this one a little bit more interesting. 2 players cripplingly low on the side of NRG.
3 players off-site here as well. They do get smoked off. Gives a little bit of opportunity for PRX, who with their guns available too, one being picked up by something. It's playable, but it's not.
Viper and Harbor combo.
If you really got to min-max your money when NRG has this much cash, like you've got to be able to guarantee yourself as many
EMC के लिए जो इंडियन टीम सिलेक्ट हुई ना, वो इंडियन टीम तो वही combo यूज करती है.
Second, looking for some damage here at the end. Oh, sorry, Jing. Some damage here at the end of the
Viper and
stand out by the KO knife. I do imagine he's probably just going to go down to the spike. Doesn't feel the need to force the issue. He's trying to keep NRG interested so that maybe one of them died to the spike, but as it stands, NRG really just passing the test with flying colors. 5 alive heading into round 5. They're going to have like 7k on each of these players, something like that. It's going to be a ridiculous amount of cash for the attackers.
And they played that round so slowly as well that PRX, like I sort of mentioned, they got really confused towards the end. Didn't really know where to go. Even Devi just to anchor A alone, and we've seen what happens with that, and just couldn't even trade 1 for 1 there. Leaves Marta, I believe, on 5 HP.
I think this changes plans for PRX as well. I was pretty sure that something was saving for an operator, but as he picks up a Vandal to save into the next round,
वही है कि स्लो करते हैं गेम को थोड़ा.
Opener with the utility here. Keiko gets sent in.
If you're a defender में तुम खेल रहे हो Viper and Harbor, खासकर Harbor as you know, right? Harbor कितना slow करता है उसका wall.
But they still end up a man down.
Haven't seen PRX get in the first spot in some time now over the course of these rounds.
भी खाली है.
Kiko trying to dive on in on A and being punished for it. Divine onto Brock as well. Okay.
भी पूरा खाली है.
Starting to look really comfortable for PaperX. Will still be a plant coming on through, but a 2 versus 4 now. No ultimates in play. Plenty of money though, so NRG.
All दे दिया होगा Viper.
Scuba on the front foot. Nice placement of the Viper orb here. Ethan could set him up with a nicely timed flash to try to start to even up the numbers. Scuba going for a little bit of a play here. Something well and truly ready for it. Just down to Ethan.
Control करता है, that's why they are controllers.
Something at arm's length. Forsaken's made it up onto the site, and Forsaken just something rather just pushing straight into the fragment.
नहीं वो मैं बोल रहा slow करता है गेम को थोड़ा.
Many that'll be needed.
You're welcome. Until Ethan wasn't ready for that. Something pushing into the fragment. Leaves with 6 HP.
नहीं तो नॉर्मल तुम स्मोक्स देख रहे हो, जैसे ओमेन स्मोक्स के तो तुम जा सकते हो, लेकिन वाइपर के वॉल के थ्रू जाओगे तो तुम्हें तुम्हारा शील्ड तुम्हारा एचपी लो होगी, और तुम हार्बर के वॉल के थ्रू जाओगे तुम लो, मतलब तुम स्लो हो जाओगे. दैट इज इट. वही बोल रहा मैं.
Fantastic, really. NRG trying to go for one of these set plays where they set up the jet for success in the early round with a little bit of the double unit utility and have a wrap into middle in the mid round.
Maybe next year इंडिया पे कुछ हो सकता है, मतलब esports को लेके, like VCT के लोगे, मतलब Riot, I guess इंडिया में I shot
punished in the opening kills department yet again, and NRG
next Masters
really expensive
क्या पता
for PRX.
VCT का next Masters maybe.
Hey, main's good. Null command is going to cause a little bit of issues here. Like a kill, he's got one, but instantly Kiko responds with more flashes.
को ले लेता ना, मजा आ जाता.
That's going to be A taken care of. 4 versus 2 again. Once again, you have to look at the money side. Defy and Envy. How much do they want this?
Yep, thanks to हाँ तो वही तो maybe next year हो सकता है, क्योंकि Bings जब था ना उसमें stage 1 पे,
he's interested in this 2-on-4 at all.
तो उसको पूछा था जो उधर के कास्टर नहीं, उसको क्या बोलते हैं जो था, तो उसको पूछा था कि क्या इंडिया में कुछ हो सकता है, तो बिंग से जवाब दिया था हाँ शायद से मे बी नेक्स्ट ईयर, हु नोज. तो वो जो बोल रहे थे वो हु नोज यार, हु नोज. तो मे बी नेक्स्ट ईयर कुछ हो सकता है ना, ऑल्दो एज यू नो ईएनसी के लिए क्वालिफाई हो गई इंडियन टीम, राइट. तो अभी टेंस तो पता है ना कनाडा के लिए खेल रहा है टेंस, तो या क्या पता टेंस के सामने हम लोग आ जाए, टेंस हमारे ओपोनेंट पे खेले, क्या पता. शेड्यूल तो नहीं निकला ना उसका मैच होगा आई गेस अक्टूबर नवंबर कह रहा हूं टीएनसी वाला.
They did just condition the mid to A though with the pick on mid doors and the null command.
हार्बर को ब्लाइंड किया गया था.
So we'll see what they want to go going for here. It does seem like they
माडा हार्बर खेल रहा है क्या? अच्छा मेरे को लगा माडा गेट खेल रहा है.
Nobody home. Late Storm, you called it. Will be popped this round as well for Kiko, and yep, full retake on B. I'm afraid for PaperX. Something might catch a little bit of a whiff of a player. Oh, it doesn't quite land the shot though. That would have been a hard one to land for sure. Kiko on the other side will just completely rip away Envy. 5v4.
Yeah, awkward exchange. Tried to go for the drone. Envy under a little bit. Too much pressure there.
दो का info मिल गया उसको.
Spot out that the flank will be coming through from PaperX as he meets up with the rest of the team on site. And NRG have flipped the map.
सब लोग भी flank है.
It's going to be a very difficult retake for PaperX.
PaperX now got to execute like they're the attacking side instead. At least their smokes are still online. Brock has a decent line and a decent shot onto Devaya. Numbers are now looking sad. And something is just going to peel off in a 1v1. Marta, nice, okay. Makes things slightly better for them. Maybe just playing for the exits now.
Yeah,
एक मार दे भाई.
Trying to hold on to these 3 rifles, but at some point you've got to stop saving and start getting some rounds. Jing covers that smoke push from Scuba well, but that's where the good news really ends. 6-1 for NRG. What a brutal start to this map for the Pacific fans.
NRG.
NRG
माही जी आके बोलते हैं एनर्जी जीतेगी माही जी की पहली बार सच हो गया सब जो पहला मैच था वो 13-9 और उन्होंने बोला एनर्जी जीतेगी क्या पता
They are still going to have the weapons to play through, but I hear you, man. At some stage, you gotta stop saving. And I think this next round coming up might just be that one. Another timeout coming on through. Plenty to talk about for Paper X to recover in this half.
Yeah, second timeout for them. And just as many rounds here on Breeze have not had an answer for what NRG's been throwing at them so far. This has been a very well-constructed attacking side of Breeze. The double unit harbor is something that can be really difficult to play around, especially when the other team is so well organized. The attacking side op has been having some pretty serious impact. Like Keiko has been finding opening picks like it's nothing on the jet, causing a big problem for Paper X thus far. Needs Forsaken to start to turn things around here. He hasn't had any impact on the Neon.
Yeah.
It's usually a pretty good agent, pretty good map for him.
It's been a rough couple of maps. Like I said, that first death stat line is a bit haunting. When you look at a guy like Forsaken, you certainly expect more. And a massive turnaround for everyone on NRG. I mean, Marta had a rough go of Fracture, but now that's feels like such a long time ago. For NRG winning this away they are is pretty shocking for PRX. A shocking day for Pacific in general if they can't pull through.
So world पे खेलेंगे ना अभी.
Deep ball on mid here once again for Paper X. One way thrown into A main, very much trying to play disruptive. And there you go, wall dropped on Kiko. Something gets the opener. Marta with the operator picked up from the jet though. He's pretty good at wielding this gun himself.
Yep, I've seen him on the jet before. Familiar territory, the op for Marta. Reckoning available here as NRG will play this one quietly. Let's take a look at elbow.
हिल ही नहीं रहा बंदा.
PRX
क्रॉस से ला के बैठा है.
Envy knows he's kind of just in the Goldilocks spot. Not too hot, not too cold. He's just sitting tight.
अभी हिला.
Ready to disrupt this pivot to B if necessary. Something on the other side of things has still got this A main info line with the operator. And Ethan got to spot that out. Well aware that the jet is sitting right there. Drone goes into middle here for NRG. Courtesy of that wall being put up by Devi, it's drawing out a lot of utility, but NRG just kind of simplifying things back towards A main.
Well, they got info that something is there. How do they want to diffuse the scenario? They have still util to play through. Box got recon in there.
Unless ये नहीं होता तो ये नहीं होता तो.
More than enough to push off our jet from the line, but Devi will so clean Ethan up. Something wanted more of that.
Mada 50.
The operator changes hands once again. High tide coming on in. 3 versus 2. 17 seconds left to play through 2v1. Envy, he's not been spotted just yet. Might have brilliant timing here, but needs to be able to get through undetected. And he can't do so. NRG again. Big celebration from their side of the stage. Collecting that 2v1 victory, extending their lead even further.
Yeah, nicely worked there for NRG. Finally, when Paper X are able to
माढ़ा ने क्या पहना है वो हम लोग भी पहनते थे बचपन में guys.
And NRG just able to simplify a lot of these rounds and use the double
सबने पहना है ये सबने पहना है not माढ़ा.
KO knife spotting out where the operator is, and then they just place in the utility right where it's needed. They got to put themselves.
सबने पहना है क्या है वो मतलब हम लोग तो बचपन में पहनते ना.
7-1, massive difference in rounds, and PRX have already burned through their timeouts as well. All alone now. They got to figure this one out. Back over towards mid. Something and Devi playing together. That is big information. Ethan, they're looking for him. They want him. Devi's got it. Secondary as well. Onto Scuba. Not too bad. Undisfera was used in that exchange as well. Kiko onto Devi for the exchange. 3 versus 4 now. His rifle will be recovered by Kiko.
Yeah, drone out onto the middle line. Undisfera ripped by Envy. Looking to try to further extend the numbers, but dodged out nicely there by NRG. The rest of Paper X all swinging into middle. Kiko and Brock hitting the deck. It's all on Marta. Spike in hand. Move towards B to try to draw attention away from Paper X. Jing cutting the map in half.
Jing onto Marta. Yeah, he sees him, but he doesn't land the shots. Marta cleans him up. Well, at least they know where Marta is now. That's the good news. 30 HP as well. Something up next.
What?
Doesn't get the opportunity to make the shot happen.
What?
This is unbelievable. Marta is still able to get 2.
He's in the Matrix. He just pre-fired that so perfectly onto Forsaken. avoided something with the perfect high tide.
Yep.
I mean, if he had a little bit more
GG लग रहा है हाँ. I think पता है G में तो Frost नहीं है अभी. Frost को तो हटा दिया गया. Batman और Platon में शायद से कुछ हुआ. इसलिए like कुछ तो हुआ उनमें. तो Frost को उन्होंने हटा दिया. जी से अब थोड़ा GG है ना. Frost तो चला गया कोच.
Ready to go here for PRX.
It's a slow round.
Batman fight. तो क्या हो गया बेसिकली? क्या? Batman को शायद से पसंद नहीं था Frost. इसीलिए.
Something has been playing through mid multiple times now, using that Viper's wall to tuck himself
Platon
in.
को दिए Platon is an analysis.
He does want to do something here, or perhaps that's actually just Kiko pushing in himself.
Analysis का कुछ तो था ना वो assistant कुछ तो नहीं था वो क्या था वो?
Something's pretty deep in middle though. Could be a great position to
वो तो एनालाइज करता था ना. ऐसा कुछ तो करता था Platon. पता नहीं क्या था वो याद नहीं मेरे को.
Something able to actually dash out nicely. Updraft dash with the cloud burst.
हम होते तो नहीं कर पाते guys. Just saying. मतलब मैं होता तो.
See the drone here, just kind of preempted the drone. Assume the drone was going to spot him, but in the case the drone did its job. As the rest of NRG group together ready to finish on B, it's going to be essentially playing for a retake here. Envy.
B fight होगा. Envy.
In terms of his positioning on site.
Yeah, he pushed back into the site. Dart just came back up off cooldown, but at the end of the day, it's a solo by himself against an entirety of a B execute.
Until unless MB थोड़ा सा कुछ कर दे, एक दो को निकाल दे. एक को निकाला.
TP towards the backside of the site. Paranoia out from Jing, but they're more than ready for it.
I saw the lineup there for Envy, but unfortunately just couldn't land the second kill. Would have been pretty insane. 4 versus 2, pit down. PRX's chances dwindling here as something sees just a little bit of a shoulder of a player. And that shoulder converts into a Brock kill. Divide will be good for 1, but not good enough to do anything else.
Kiko's all over another 3K. Having a blinder of a game on the jet.
इनका जो monitor होता है कितने hertz का होता है?
Fantastic attacking side here for NRG. Really putting PRX
40
under the pump.
Hertz होता है ना
If they want any chance of picking up Breeze here, they need probably both of the next 2 rounds, let's be honest.
Don't need that. No need to win the
घर वाले मॉनिटर की बात नहीं कर रहा हूं मैं जो जिस पे खेल रहा है अभी Esports वाले मॉनिटर.
Look at the possible lineup. Nearly had the secondary, but just couldn't quite get the head of Brock.
There's just too much to do though. Like you're playing as a Sovereign against a full execute.
Yeah.
सेव राउंड है. पुश क्यों करना है सेव राउंड पे? पागल है क्या?
Just trying to clean up these low HP.
अच्छा अल्ट है तो अलग बात है.
Players coming through PRX for Forsaken overdriving his way through to victory. That'll make things hurt a little bit for NRG who okay. Numbers actually going the way of PRX.
360 hertz max. अच्छा.
Brock still on the line here. If the wall gets dropped, something would have gone down, but he's able to slip back through onto that nice off angle. Drone through towards elbow, confirming that NRG are still kind of hanging around in spawn side. PRX will definitely want to be slowing this round down, not giving away this man advantage. With a minute on the clock, though, NRG need to get a bit of a wriggle on.
The other thing is, like, if you abandon this position, start giving away the guns, something Divide looking for those pickups. Oh, and Brock gets a shot. That is gross. 10 HP left.
Yeah, something sliding out onto the line. One share shot is needed to catch him on the cross, and down goes the spike. Ethan now trying to pick up the pieces, and something completes the thrifty for PRX. That is a classic from them. The elbow play with the Paranoia overdrive ripped. It's a recipe for success when you have no money to work with. Now, if they can just pick up this gun round towards the end of the half, it's at least doable.
So Sheriff's in charge of this town. Forsaken overdriving through, delivering a couple of nice early kills, starting to give some weapons over, putting Brock on 10 HP and no numbers at all for NRG. That is a put together round for PRX to start this campaign of a potential comeback back in again, but really shot now. By the way, something did steal away that operator, but it's pushed off the line.
Drone at least spotting out where the op is playing. In goes the harbor ult, as well as the null command, but something still picks one on the cross straight through the Bible. Blind. Illegal. Divide out, waiting for further aggression, and he's going to flare this nice multi-frag on in. Ethan trading one back. The high tide zoning PRX away for now.
Ethan looking for more with this null command, but Mars the one that will actually find this kill. There's not a lot of members left to play through. Just one, just Ethan. Taps the spike. reels in the last 3 members. Forsaken is the one that bites, but Jing is the one that actually gets to chew up the last player.
इनका coordination एक pick दे रहा है तो वो भी pick दे रहा है उधर से.
Building back the confidence, building back the economy, building up the potential of a comeback.
Big whiff of the Hong tie at the end of things there. For Envy, that's the SEA power right there. So we head into half-time. He's going to need all of the energy possible. No pun intended. That's a really nice ult from PRX though. Something, despite 2 ults being thrown at him, and a Viper Wall still fights a pick.
9-3 था ना? वो गलत दिख रहा है. 9-3 था F8 था.
So far in this game of Breeze, that's a very key multi-frag. Like I said, PRX needed both of those rounds towards the end of the half.
Yep.
8-4 I guess. Never mind.
Doable, but I think NRG are still going to be feeling confident here.
PRX still in it to win it. Need to see those magical moments. Saw the kind of insane rounds.
Never mind.
Kills that Dubai got the first 2 maps.
और replay में देखा ना वो तो मैंने सोचा
वो. Fracture. Insane share of shots he had. Top of A on Lotus as well. Now late in the day.
क्या लगता है comeback होगा?
Incredible eco
I don't think so.
With only a couple of rounds left to play through.
अभी तो उनका डिफेंस है. रॉक के पास ओडिन आएगा अभी तो. ओडिन आना बाकी है उसके पास.
But otherwise, NRG in full control of this map and in the position to win the entire series.
भाई लोग देखो कितना स्मूथली माउस मूवमेंट करवाते हैं यार. हम लोग इतना प्रेशर देके रखते हैं माउस पे. पिस्टल इज इंपॉर्टेंट. यस.
Start kicking things off on the attacking side. This is where particularly playing into the comp.
अलग बात है कि उनका वायरलेस माउस है, हमारा वायर्ड माउस है. मेरा तो वर्ड माउस है. माउस का तो जीजी होके रखा है मेरा. That's why मैंने वो दिया है गाइस. थोड़ा सा हेल्प करे थोड़ा सा मेरे को माउस लेने के लिए. हेल्प कर दीजिए थोड़ा सा. हमें आनंद होगा. 4 सेकंड भाई. ये 4 सेकंड के जो भाई थे बेसिकली तो उन्होंने वो तो खेलना छोड़ दिया ना esports से. 4 सेकंड कितने भाई है बेसिकली? 4 या 5 राइट? 4 है I guess.
Let's say though for PRX they would like to finish the first half with at least 4. They got that and now I think pistol basically required here.
एक CS2 का प्लेयर था, एक लीग ऑफ लेजेंड का प्लेयर था, 4 सेकंड खोल इसका प्लेयर है और एक छोटा है. बट 4 सेकंड को आई गेस लिया नहीं ना. 4 सेकंड कहाँ से? 4 सेकंड को लिया नहीं. सिंगापुर राइट.
See if he can find somebody through that smoke. Not going to be the case, but everyone's basically arriving now. Just waiting for Scuba to come through the spawn as well. Something up first. He's half HP, but it's Envy and Jing on Tamada and Brock. Numbers good for PRX. Spike plant to come on through. Now NRG. Let's see what else they can do. Nothing so far. 5 versus 2 now. Kiko doesn't even get divided either.
Scuba. A little bit late to the party here. Never even got a chance to get involved. A flawless pistol for PRX. Full momentum coming in from the end of that last half, and they are very much in this game of Breeze now.
Let's get that anti-eco in there. That's another round. 6 and 8 now starts to feel, if they get that round, a lot more doable. Then we're seeing the danger they can have on the bonus as well based on what Fracture is. See if NRG has anything to say about it though. This round though, happy to just let it go economy-wise. Classics abroad. Something is potentially also making that save towards the op as well. Let's see what that looks like.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it is just pistols with the Outlaw Divide. Notice that NRG have taken that A main space courtesy of the KO knife from earlier.
Nice shot.
Jiggling around. Scuba maybe found the side for a second for a moment, but it's all down to Mata to see if he can fashion even one kill. Nicely timed Storm Surge, but that's where it ends. Another flawless back-to-back for PRX as they win their 4th round in a row.
Kiko showing off his dance moves there as PRX walks in. Double flawless as mentioned. Plenty of money in the bank. They could afford to really buy up here, given the amount of players on PRX that still had pistols for
माडा का जैसे मैं अपना मॉनिटर को रोटेट करके थोड़ा सा टेरा करके थोड़ा सा टेरा करके ज़्यादा नहीं.
See what NRG come up with. Gap has closed quite substantially. cannot afford to let a team of Paper X's caliber back into a game. It's going to be the flash to set up the jet for the pick here early on in combination with a little bit of a shocky onto door. Paper X just pinging out the map. Triple swing to try to re-clear that mid space. And it seems like they want to group up back towards A. They're in two minds about what they want to be doing this round. I guess it's back to B here.
It's double rifle plus
उसके वो वाइपर के पास जो नाइफ है बेसिकली ठीक है मतलब डिवाइन के पास वो नाइफ देख के लगता है बहुत ज़्यादा हैवी है वो वाला नाइफ
as NRG start to sniff the fact that it could
देखने में भी अच्छा है
and that's exactly what it looks like under pressure now. Scuba, he's paranoid out but hiding behind a box.
क्या
There's no contact just yet to be found. I mean, this is a scary moment for Scuba. The rest of the troops are still yet to arrive. Starting to come through from spawn now. As Mardik and Brock will be up. A couple of kills here looking good so far. And Brock is really delivering now. PRX.
पहले ही बोला 4 सेकंड गया और अभी 4 सेकंड ही बचा था.
Into 1v1. Viper versus Viper. It's Phantom versus Outlaw, but Scuba's already tagged down. See if Divide can find that shot.
Scuba with the spike in hand here.
टाइम लगा रहा है उसको पता चल जाएगा कि मिड से आ रहा है
that he was anchoring the side initially. He was spotted out early on. Wall going up for Scuba here. Divide. Sheriff in hand creeping up on the line. Doesn't have a primary weapon to be using. 15 seconds on the clock and Scuba is all over this tunnel flank. Reading this one very well.
Is he? Yes! Managed to get back in there. Timing extremely well as mentioned. Thought for a second that he might have turned away at the wrong time, but Divide just had not even a single shot to say in that round. But like I said, a dangerous bonus coming through that could be very competitive. Ends up in a 1 versus 1. So despite winning that one, very curious about the money situation for NRG.
Yeah, definitely a lot of guns taken away from them. But, able to at least deny that bonus.
Oh,
you have a judge on in here for Kiko. So just trying to scrap together a buy. Both teams starting to run out of money early on. As once again, you have a similar opening to the round here. Shock dart in towards doors. Got a lot of damage there to open things up. Something looking for a pick with the Outlaw over towards this B side of the map. And indeed, Scuba is low on armor. There it is.
Shot. Scuba down. That is B.
क्या शॉट मारा है भाई आप उनको भी ऐसा शॉट मारने हैं
just putting the pressure on numbers-wise to keep things interesting here as we go back over towards mid for PRX.
Invi taking space on B, causing a lot of problems. The judge is still here towards mid doors. That should be an easy opener for Kiko, who's under a little bit of pressure. Tentative now from Jing, pushed away by the fragment.
Paranoia. Ramada still gets Jing, and now Brock as well. Envy, you talked about him exploring over towards B. That might be the opening now to play on through. And NRG know it as well. Trying to cut off something here, and not going to get the time to get that cut off, actually.
Yeah, NRG on the wraparound through elbow. Spike has not gone down yet for Paper X. Envy is on the push all the way through spawn. Something planting in a safe location here as Marta creeps up on him, caught by Kiko as well. Ethan is ready for this flank from Divide. Great read on this round from NRG. Envy last player surviving, and they know that he was deep on B. Cove onto the spike. Marta taps it, and they're giving him nothing. Nice opener here. 20 HP. Half has to come through. He's going to get a little bit of chip damage on Tomato, but it takes way too long to go through that cove here. Marta's off the spike.
अरे यार बेचारा यार
through from Keiko, gets it done for NRG.
बेचारा यार guys क्या ही करता है वो.
Two players there from Paper X, really far away from helping something. Unfortunately, as Envy, that is deep exploration all the way in enemy spawn, but doesn't quite have the HP or the time to do much more. And it starts out okay. We talk about the one kill from something onto Scuba.
ज़्यादा mouse move कर गया guys. 4 seconds.
Causing issues for Paper X as they couldn't make their way through that at all.
The NRG very much on top of the rotations here, especially in a pretty complex round. Paper X with a little bit of a mixed bag by here. Divide feeling like a hero with the Hero Vandal.
I have the spike.
Very close towards a pit. If he ends up in a post plant, this could be problems for an NRG whose money is still very much shaky at this point.
Which means that maybe the low buy of Paper X can still find some value here. Forsaken on the shotgun Neon. He's on the wrong patch of that, but he's doing what he can.
Very dangerous buy for NRG to be dealing with here. PRX with a lot of weapons that could do some serious damage. This outlaw
Divine
is the main crux of the issue, though, and this is a fantastic angle for Keiko.
Radiant Shield and a Vandal है.
PRX are ready for that one. No, not quite. Oh my God.
बोलने वाला था अगर Divine मर गया तो GG है.
Exactly what you want to see out of the outlaw player, and now PRX left hurting. Didn't even fast lane, didn't even really do too much in terms of utility, or otherwise I guess Kiko just sees over the top of everything either way.
Yeah. I mean, it's just a dirty off angle over the top of the Viper wall. Not much really to be done. These are great positions for NRG. Like, they're really just out-positioning PRX, preempting any kind of aggression. Spike dropped out in the open. Outlaw is still on the line if it's even needed. And something on double doors, cleaned up by Mata. A flawless round for NRG. And it's looking like back-to-back stomps to reverse sweep this series here.
And we're looking at an okay early half for PRX. Double flawless. Really closing the gap slightly, but after that third round bonus of the half, things start to go back the way of NRG massively. I lied about the fast lane, but in either case, doesn't really help.
मुझे मेरा ऐसा था पता है आउटला में फर्स्ट बुलेट लगेगा तो सेकंड बुलेट नहीं लगेगा, फर्स्ट बुलेट नहीं लगेगा तो सेकंड बुलेट लगेगा, मतलब कोई एक लगेगा दोनों में से.
See what they come up with here. Very much starting to run out of time. Two players on light armor. It's a glass cannon vandal here for Divide. Quick moves into middle for PRX. Backed up by a little bit of elbow control.
Elbow का control मिल गया.
It's fully taken here. Drone to re-clear potentially. That gets
maybe
removed, but the information gained.
smoke देगा. एक pick लगाएगा.
On the line here, Brock trying to get flashed down. And something just takes him off the table. As we set the table now for A as well. It's got to be Scuba up first. Couple poison orbs being played on in, but something has already made its way on site. He snuck away and finds an opportunity to just shut Kiko down. 5 versus 3 now. Seems like NRG are not quite ready for this one. Scuba has to drop off.
It's a bit of individual brilliance from something. Finds a really nice timing for those two openers. Open plant for PRX, who are playing this from yellow side, and I think NRG are just forced to save.
करने जा रहे हैं क्या? हाँ, सेव कर रहा है.
I mean, they have the money for it, but the numbers don't look good. Mata's already on the other side of the map.
मैं literally एक दिन ऐसे इस जगह पे था, मेरे को literally याद नहीं था आ रहा था, मतलब मैंने मैप नहीं देखा था कि कहाँ हूँ मैं. जहाँ पे अभी क्यों है, क्यों जहाँ पे देख रहा है, as like कौन सी जगह पे हूँ मैं?
In control. 2 more rounds required. Still got 3 guns. Everyone's still got plenty of money. Plenty of ultimates coming online.
Dart into spawn side. I cannot believe PRX are exiting here. They do not have much money. It's a big lineup for Ethan that takes 2 guns away from them. Scuba on the off angle now. Tested by MP. They are losing all of these weapons. They cannot afford this at this point in the game here, Kev.
Yeah, it's NRG that have plenty of money. Even if NRG die here, look at their bank. It's good. PRX are like throwing their lives and their guns away for not a lot of gain.
I don't know why they exited spawn side there. I got to be honest. Maybe they were concerned about the flank towards A main, but the dart confirmed that NRG was playing on spawn there. So definitely not ideal, especially when you're trying to come back from such a deficit here on the attacking side. These are weapons that you very much need.
Ethan happy with that. Doubles up with the Bulldog and doesn't even care if he dies because 4 ultimates online. Money still amazing. Got a Blaze Storm up though from the side of NRG. And something got some magic to play with the what? Yes, sir, he does. Brock to respond.
ये लोग भी गलती करते हैं. Abilities use करते पिक दे देते हैं.
On the Hunter's Fury and
क्योंकि हम लोगों से भी होता है.
What can Scuba do? He's alone
Reload करते करते पिक देना, abilities use करते करते पिक देना. ये लोगों से भी होता है वो.
Changes, finds him, might have revealed the barrel or something, and something has a freebie onto Brock. Goodbye, good night. 5v2. Give him 8 PRX.
That's 2 rounds in a row where something just multi-frags for PRX and puts a round together. Coming on the lurk, but that is a gorgeous little high-low for PRX, who are very much on the warpath here. Still a lot of work to be done, though. You can see the money.
Do they want to run after Ethan again?
Probably not.
Someone wants it.
The money's a little bit better this time around.
Something's keen. PRX recovered. They got 4 ultimates now as well.
सामने देखो कौन आ रहा है. सामने देखो. सामने देखो ये देखो.
Early Christmas with something in PRX on that round. Even though it's only July.
Something है भाई सामने. Something का gameplay देखा था मैंने.
I'd imagine that's from NRG. This is getting a little bit too close for comfort.
खाते खाते देख रहा था दोपहर को लंच टाइम पे भाई क्या मार रहा है वो क्या मार रहा है क्या गंदा मार रहा है रैंक्ड मैच में नॉर्मल में नहीं रैंक्ड मैच में
Something has been phenomenal at just self-sufficiently finding these openers for PRX, and this is exactly the player that you need to start to get warmed up here. He's going to make a comeback on attack.
Look at the confidence. Well, he doesn't care. He's just going to run after Ethan. He needs the money as well in terms of not dying, but whatever. Run after him. Drop that rifle away from Ethan. He's beaten the timing for some of the U-tools as well, and we saw that 2 rounds ago. Getting that insane timing versus Kiko, and then it felt like on that last round.
Jason.
Kind of a similar story.
Jason.
All these opening trades going the way of PRX. It's kind of night and day.
Something का real name क्या है? थोड़ा बड़ा एक real name है ना उसका ये real name क्या है? कुछ एक बड़ा बहुत बड़ा एक name है उसका if I'm not wrong.
Still more work to be done. This is where all eyes are on NRG post their timeout to make a nice little adjustment. A couple of times this series they've already been
divine Indian है ना?
If
I'm not wrong. Like Indian basically means उसके जो मम्मी डैडी वो इंडियन है. Right.
Both Marta and Ethan.
ऐसा तो कुछ एक न्यूज़ सुना था मैंने.
Command respectively could give PRX a lot of problems here, but the pick could be fantastic to set up one of these post
उसको पता है like हिंदी पूरा गाली गलौज तो पता ही है हिंदी भी पता है उसको.
Big shot Kiko.
Nice shot.
Makes his mark found. Shut down the big carrier PRX. That'll cause some problems.
Absolutely.
इसके माथे पे मारो. मैं बोल रहा हूँ एनवी इसके
multiple situations here. Going to drop himself the snake bite. Both teams just trading out a little bit of utility, but the pressure on this B-side does draw out a big rotation here for NRG, and Ethan on the other side of things playing very safely, not a toe out of line. Even if PRX make their way into A, the KO knife has scouted exactly where they're headed, and like I said before, there's some very big ults here for NRG with a man advantage to close this round after an excellent opening pick onto something.
Viper पे अच्छा उनको सब ult है सिर्फ इधर KO and Harbor ult है.
Jing's gonna rip his ultimate out just to reposition on site itself.
B पे देखो 4 बंदे.
It's a pit for Brickside though, not actually on the site. I think they very much understand that the Reckoning is going to be a problem here.
No command as well. I mean, you got both ultimates that can sort of defuse the Viper's Pit in due time, and they should both be used here as well. Hunter's Fury coming in. Envy shoving away NRG ever so slightly, and I don't think he actually got a tag there, unfortunately. Here it comes now. Reckoning push in. The entire squad right behind it. Jing goes down for second trades on the block, and Envy as well onto Scuba. It's looking fine for PRX so far, but Ethan has something to say about it. 2 versus 2 now. Ethan low HP. Kiko operator on this retake, doubling up his PRX together.
5% retake. Ult तो थोड़ा.
Envy with 4 this round will deliver the 9th
ult तो थोड़ा GG था ना इसका. Not gonna lie. Ult तो थोड़ा GG था इसका.
Making all the difference. Both of the ults burned through for NRG there. Post timeout, still not able to walk away with the gun round, even after something gets picked early on. It's been a big difference maker in a couple of these gun rounds. They're still able to navigate their way into a 4-on-5 where NRG had all the information, numbers advantage, all the ults, post-tack timeout, and they still lose the follow-up gun round. That is rough.
5v4 as mentioned, but they gave up sight. Full retake. They say they've got ultimates for the retake, but they ended up not really getting rid of the pit at all. And Hunter's Fury from Envy as well slowed down that retake.
Just saying. सेकेंड मैच पे उसने ओडिन निकाला था. थर्ड मैच पे अभी तक नहीं निकाला. मतलब फर्स्ट 10 थर्ड मैच पे सेकेंड मैच पे उसने ओडिन निकाला था.
Yeah, this is another timeout here for NRG. 2 rounds in a row. This is very problematic indeed. I think whatever was said in the initial timeout hasn't really come to pass, and the coaching staff of NRG are really trying to hammer home the point. They need to close this game here. I mean, honestly, you're going into the upper bracket qualification match at the end of this group against Vitality, so your hard days are not behind you at the end of the day, but you definitely want to make your life easier by not going into the lowers here against KC on home turf.
Lack of an armor buy for NRG as their money situation has finally dwindled down. They still can't afford weapons. Notably, you do have that off onto Kiko and on the line early, but look at his HP already destroyed.
Yeah, great shock there from Envy to kick things off. Scuba very much on his lonesome. NRG set up heavily inside of middle. They'll have to wait for the mid to late round to try to go for a flood here. How much work can Scuba get done? If he does get a pick and cleanly is able to get away here, he can potentially drop a pit and buy some time. But PRX diving into the site.
Yeah, high tide coming in, good timing coming through Ramada as well.
Omen जहाँ पे बैठा है,
time for Brock to arrive
Jing
as well.
जहाँ पे बैठा है, वो smoke मैं देता हूँ, पता है?
Kiko to follow through. Slow going PRX is trying to make the way through the back left side. Still haven't found Scooby yet, by the way. Forsaken though gets Marta out of the way, and Scooby finally activates alongside Brock.
थोड़ा GG हो गया ना उधर, sandwich situation.
Still no plant to be heard of at the moment. 50 seconds left to play through, and PRX, are they committed to this?
Yeah, for sure they are. This is a localized 3-on-3.
Kika.
Ethan's inside a middle. Envy gives them the advantage, at least on the B side for the time being. Kiko down to 50 HP right since day dot. Something's found Ethan inside a middle. Kiko trading one back. Scuba hiding inside of his poison orb here. He's trying to be a little bit cheeky. And Kiko sliding through that dark cover. PRX with 2 frags in quick succession to get themselves double digits. How many rounds in a row is this, Kev?
A lot. We're about to find on out. It was starting to look like a nightmare for PRX before, but in the last 5 or so rounds, they have been waking up. Opportunities here abound as they just get both the last 2 plays and the 2v2s. I mean, this is like the magical number.
Yeah.
2v2. PRX winning those.
I mean,
handedly.
Pretty consistently, NRG are up in numbers, but then when we get into these awkward post-plant situations, PRX are just making the right moves in the mid-round to be able to kind of outmaneuver NRG, who are now out of cash.
That's it. This is like the first
Look
time
at
NRG are really out of
the
cash for this
coverage
side as
of
well. They're making some moves now.
Viper and Harbour
By the
smoke.
flash coming through from Ethan in mid. Forsaken in
Island पे था ना?
ready for anything. What they're
ध्यान
really
नहीं
ready
देता
for
है
is a free
अरे
sight
ध्यान
on
देना
a
smokes हुए थे
Scuba.
मतलब वो ध्यान नहीं देते कितना हुए थे
Yeah, not much to be done. They've been kind of hammering his sights more often than not. I think he's probably getting pretty sick of it at this point. Phantom in hand. As the drone goes forward for PRX, he's going to tuck himself into the site. Forsaken, very much hot on his heels.
Oh my god, okay.
भाई दो को ले लिया वो भाई भाई वो दो को ले लिया bro
It's about as well as you can do. Getting the double up there is pretty nice. And overdrive for Forsaken
Hi.
now to clean things
Hi
up.
बोला
Something on the Kiko. 3 versus 3, but again the money and also the guns all the way in PRX. That's not a bad shot from Ethan though. You respect it. Now you're on for the retake for real. 3 versus 2. And he still has an ultimate to play through, but not positioned for it at the moment. Despite the lack of guns here, NRG moving together as a team. Envy doesn't quite land the shot. Bit of a whiff here. Envy another opportunity, and Brock finds him. Gets a double, and NRG display of no money at all.
मेरे जैसा खेल रहे हैं
Both of the rounds you expect them to be putting together, they're not quite able to do it.
थोड़ा मेरे जैसा हो गया कहीं
Coach intervention. Retake complete, and that's series
50
20
हो
here
गया
for NRG. PRX very much under the pump now. Need 2 in a row to push us through into OT, and that's where the comeback is just going to need to continue chugging along.
4 seconds चुप हो गया 4 seconds and something
here for NRG heading into the last. The pit wasn't even needed. Good double up from Scuba.
दो को ले गया ना वो दिक्कत हो गया उधर तो
I mean, it really does a lot. I mean, that shot was.
और ये वाला shot ये वाला shot
round winner, but I think that wouldn't have mattered as much if Scuba didn't get that first 2. So the combination of there, if it's.
Bro, the presence of mind to know that he's on the off-angle up on top of Bricks. Quick one to start here for PRX. Trying to be shut down by Ethan's KO drive, but PRX going to push the issue into A.
Yep. Flashing on through. What can we find here? Marta on the Jing, but not really seeing much else in Ethan's POV. Doesn't matter though, because it's still a 5v3. Marta's making good work of this defensive so far. My God, Marta. Look at the triple here. Envy's taking down as well. This might be the end. PRX have got 1 versus 5 to vie with all of the work to do. But NRG will not be undone here. You feel like the 13 as days revealed to vie with the secondary. And a 1v3 here. This has to be an ace clutch, buddy. It's not going to be anything less than that. NRG can taste the victory. But can they get this one?
Bro.
Cleanly here without Defy walking out.
Trying to slip away. Putting the wall up and down to keep them interested. Able to pinch the spike, but Scuba trying to stay one step ahead of this pivot back over to the big side. Tucks himself nice and safely into elbow with 40 seconds on the clock.
मतलब Scuba भाई Scuba टनल ले रहे हैं guys elbow
Viper versus Viper.
सुनाई दिया हाँ rotate कर रहे हो लोग सुनाई दिया
the troops into action. Here's the footsteps for sure by now.
देखो 3 बंदे एक साथ ही जाएंगे
1 HP goes down as Zero and NRG clean things up Puckett saw it coming. He handed me the USA card. And that is indeed the victor today. PRX falling, Pacific falling in general, and NRG move through.
Yeah, it's a sad day on the B stream for the Pacific teams. Both RRQ and PRX going down to NRG and 100 Thieves respectively. I mean, there's something in the water here in Paris for the teams from the Americas.
Alex भाई अच्छा है Alex भाई है बोलता है Alex भाई नहीं है.
Something in the water, maybe the bad side as well, unfortunately for both PRX and RRQ. PRX, fantastic start on the Fracture. Pretty okay to start things out with on the Lotus as well.
Yeah.
But lost momentum towards the end. Didn't have much momentum to start with on this
Chalo
final
guys.
map of Breeze. And
Good match
despite
though,
the
good
small
match.
comeback towards the end, just couldn't close
It's
it.
good match. Good
Check,
match.
check. We're here.
2-0 नहीं हुआ.
All right, gentlemen, let's talk a little bit about what we just witnessed because you promised me 3 games. I was celebrating way early.
2-0
I was making little flags
नहीं हुआ.
out here, handing them to average.
मेरा प्रेडिक्शन गलत हुआ. उधर से माही जी का प्रेडिक्शन सही हुआ कि एनर्जी जीतेगी. पहला मैच जो था उन्होंने बोला कि 13-12 और 13-9 PRX जीतेगी एंड एनर्जी मैच जीतेगी टोटल. ठीक है ये मैच, बट उनका प्रेडिक्शन पूरा सही हो गया, पता नहीं कैसे. ठीक है, दीजा वो हो गया उन पे. उनको पता है क्या सब कुछ. चलो, आई थिंक अच्छा था ना, अच्छा था. एंड मेरे को मज़ा आया, लिटरली बोल रहा हूँ, मेरे को मज़ा आया. पहले तो जब बहुत ज़्यादा आया था क्योंकि तब सब लोग देख रहे थे, राइट. सब लोग तब देख रहे थे, राइट. तो तब और भी ज़्यादा मज़ा आया था मुझे. इट वाज अ गुड वॉच पार्टी आई गेस. अच्छा लगा मुझे करके. एंड ऑल्दो अच्छे मतलब जिनको देखना भी नहीं था वो लोग आए थे. ठीक है, मैंने एक्सपेक्ट नहीं किया था कि आएंगे. और अभी भी 4Q वॉचिंग चल रही है. आई डोंट नो कौन कौन देख रहे हैं. तुम हो और बाकी 3 कौन है, आई डोंट नो. आई डोंट हैव एनी आइडिया. वो भर के 5 हो गए. सी द हाईएस्ट आई गेस वॉचिंग मेरे 10 की गई थी. ठीक है, आज के स्ट्रीम पे. ठीक है, मेरे को विश्वास नहीं हुआ कैसे, बट या इट वाज अ गुड थिंग. कुछ न्यू ट्राई किया, लव्ड इट. थैंक यू, थैंक यू. या और भी ज़्यादा वॉच पार्टी से कल भी करेंगे हम वॉच पार्टी ग्लोबल स्पोर्ट्स का. ठीक है, कल किसका मैच है, लेट मी चेक. कल मैच किसका है? क्या नाम था? EWC Valorant. कल है. अच्छा, कल पहला मैच ही है ग्लोबल स्पोर्ट्स का. ओह माय गॉड. मतलब 4 बजे, 4:30 बजे, 4:30 बजे होने वाला ही मैच गाइस. जस्ट सेइंग 4:30 बजे. ठीक है, तो जीजी से मेरा तो फिर ओके, देखने दो क्या है. ठीक है, ग्रुप स्टेज 2 जुलाई से 7 जुलाई तक होंगे. डबल एलिमिनेशन. ईच ग्रुप हैज़ 4 टीम्स हियर और बेस्ट ऑफ 3 होगा. टॉप 2 टीम्स ऑफ ईच ग्रुप एडवांस प्लेऑफ्स. टॉप 2 टीम्स जाएंगे एडवांस प्लेऑफ्स में. प्लेऑफ्स चलेगा 9 से 12 तारीख तक. सिंगल एलिमिनेशन ब्रैकेट. क्यों भाई, एक मैच हार गए तो क्यों भाई बाहर? प्लेऑफ्स में 2 मैच होना चाहिए. तुम इस ग्रुप स्टेज में 2 मैच दे रहे हो, डबल एलिमिनेशन ब्रैकेट. तुम प्लेऑफ्स में सिंगल क्यों दे रहे हो? ये क्या बात हुई? ऑल मैचेस. अच्छा, ग्रैंड फाइनल R3. अच्छा, BO3 बेस्ट ऑफ 3 होगा. ग्रैंड फाइनल बेस्ट ऑफ 5 होगा. जीतने वाले टीम को मिलेंगे 6 तो देख रही तुम प्राइस देके तुम हमें मिल जाए एक. ओके, इधर देखो. ठीक है, 4 ग्रुप है. इनका मैच हुआ आज. कल इनका मैच है ग्रुप डी में. ग्लोबल स्पोर्ट्स वर्सेस MIBR, आसपास वर्सेस ऑटम, जेकिन वर्सेस जावी और पैटमैन. यू कैन से आसपास वर्सेस पैटमैन बोल देते हैं ना. आसपास वर्सेस पैटमैन, जेकिन वर्सेस ऑटम और जावी. ठीक है, और कौन कौन थे मेरे को पता नहीं गाइस, सॉरी. तुम्हें पता होगा MIBR में कौन थे. इन दोनों का ही पता है मुझे. ठीक है, ये नोंगशम भी क्वालिफाई की थी क्या? मेरे को पता नहीं था. नोंगशम भी क्वालिफाई की थी. ओके प्लेऑफ्स ये है या इंडोनेशिया से है 4 सेकंड इंडोनेशिया की टीम पे नहीं है 4 सेकंड चलो इट वाज अ गुड मैच तो अच्छा लगा मुझे वॉच पार्टी करके एंड होप तुम्हें भी अच्छा लगा है आई डोंट नो ठीक है चलो कल करेंगे कल 4:30 बजे आना होगा इसका मतलब मुझे हाँ मिल जाएगा तो फिर कल मैं गेम भी खेल सकता हूँ राइट 4:30 बजे करके इसका इसी वाला स्ट्रीम करके उसके बाद गेम भी खेल सकता हूँ आज तो नहीं खेल पाया मैं राइट तो चलो तो या आई थिंक आप लोगों को मज़ा आया होगा अगर मज़ा आया तो लाइक कर देना स्ट्रीम को डोंट फॉरगेट टू सब्सक्राइब ठीक है एंड या थैंक यू सो मच गाइस फॉर ये देखो ये वाला मिला था मुझे टू यूज़ इन माई लाइव स्ट्रीम ठीक है तो या ये वाला मिला था ऑफिशियल से ये वाला भी मिला था ये दो बी राइट बैक एंड ये वाला ऑफिशियल्स ने दिए थे मुझे तो उन्होंने बोला यूज़ कर भी सकते हो नहीं भी कर सकते हो इट्स अ गुड चॉइस योर ओपिनियन ठीक है ये दो मिले थे और एक स्क्रीन मिला था गेम स्क्रीन बोला नहीं लगाया मैंने बेसिकली ठीक है क्योंकि पूरा ही स्क्रीन दिखाना होता है ना तो फालतू का गेम स्क्रीन लगे मैं क्या करूँ अभी 6 पीपल देख रहे हैं आई डोंट नो कौन कौन देख रहे हैं हेलो तो 6 पीपल 6 बंदा वाचिंग 6 बंदे वाचिंग कैसा लगा आपको फीडबैक देना ज़रूर मत भूलना ठीक है डू मेक श्योर गिव मी फीडबैक आफ्टर द लाइव स्ट्रीम एंड इन द कमेंट सेक्शन राइट कमेंट सेक्शन में जाके मेरे को फीडबैक दे देना ठीक है आई होप यू एंजॉय द स्ट्रीम गाइस थैंक यू सो मच फॉर जॉइनिंग आई होप ठीक है मिलते रहेंगे वन स्ट्रीम पे बाय बाय ठीक है गुड नाइट से हैव अ गुड डे ख्याल रखो अपना तबीयत का ध्यान रखो एंड या डोंट फॉरगेट टू लाइक एंड सब्सक्राइब हैव अ नाइस डे टेक केयर बाय बाय सी यू गुड नाइट कल भी आएंगे बाय